Let me get with it, get with it. I don't know if somebody else is on live, but I just welcome to the channel, you guys. This is Texas Black Diamond ENT, and I am your host, Texas Black Diamond, aka TBD. And I just wanted to respond to someone that left something up under the video, and I'll let you hear it. And I just wanted to say to the person that with me, I let people hear what these people are actually saying, and I leave my opinion with it, okay? How I feel about it. And so I just wanted to respond to them, and I wanted to play it what I did like back in the beginning of 2020 about Priscilla and what she said. So I'm gonna let you hear what he or she left me up under the video that I did when I mentioned Elvis Presley. So I guess she is um I guess he was or she was upset because she felt like um I was it was hearsay, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So I just want to refresh in this screen name memory on what Priscilla said. And so I'm going on what Priscilla said. And so I wanted to talk about, Robert Sylvester Kelly versus Elvis Presley, Hugh Hefner, and others, and why these two white men were praised. Even after death, they were praised. No one said snatch their music down. No one said take Huge Hefner Street from him or anything like that. So I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna play the video. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? I hope everything's going good. I went over to Caroline Diamond's channel yesterday because I was actually traveling. So I was just pushing, trying to see what was on, and I was being nosy. So I came in, I think, at the last, and I'm like, okay, what they talking about? Because I'm nosy as hell. Oh, she was talking about old dude, but there was something that we had our eyes open a long time ago about. Um, this guy that was claiming to be a relative of Robert. It was just like, wow, like, do y'all actually believe this? And when Larry came home, and he was so excited, I think he was on Angie's channel, and this so-called relative was so excited that Larry was home, the person that tried to help destroy his so-called supposed to be cousin. And so I was looking at this a long time ago, and I'm like, something's not sounding right, something's not looking right. And I'm looking like, if this is his relative, I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. So I was like, get up out of this, because this is a demonicness going on over here, and it's some shady stuff, just like it was in Robert's circle. And like I told you guys, I even posted my community channel, and I said it all the time. I said, I just feel so sorry for Robert Sylvester Kelly's supporters, because everybody is using them. And then once we came on the scene, and I think all hell broke loose when the subscribers and supporters gave this guy some money to get in a home. I think he said he saved 15,000, and then this guy flipped the script. He was calling people. He was calling the supporters of Robert, the females, old chicken head, calling them hood rats and thirsty, and they just want to F. They just want to F them young men, and he just went at these supporters. I'm like, this is a money thing here. This man is upset about money, and that's why I was telling you guys, like, if they were truly for Robert Sylvester Kelly, they would have been like, if it's a big issue about this money, we'll leave it alone, and they can just send it however they want to send it to make it comfortable for them. And they just went on and on the rampage, and they went after everybody that debunked that dollar for the king, and I was one of them. I'm like, I'm not, and I told them from the beginning, I'm like, this is a bad idea, y'all messing up, and you know how black people are about their money. They gonna want to see what's going on with their money. They want to know. We want to know, and I'm not dealing with a third party, especially people I don't know. And I'm like, why would I take my money out my account and transfer it to you so you can transfer it to whomever you claim you're going to transfer it to? No, when I can do it myself. I can, if I want to give, I'm going to give myself. If it's $1 and I send $1, then so be it. And I already said, if y'all can't, they saying people can't afford and they just want to give $1. And I'm like, dollar adds up in their eyes, but at the same time, if they can't afford just $1, then leave it alone, or save $1 each month until you get enough to feel comfortable about sending it to them. You know, so I already seen that, and then I feel like the other one, when some of his people came in and called him out on stuff and made a phone call to him and called him out, I feel like he flipped the script and said F Robert too. Because it's a money thing, and a lot of people, if you notice, when the cash app slowed down, when the super chat slowed down, people started slowing down. And it was like, forget it. Because it was a money thing. It was popular, and the fans wanted to do any and everything to help. And so I was telling them, I'm like, look, this is a pandemic. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You guys, please save your money. If you can afford to give to Robert, give it to him personally. Send it to him, send it to his account. Not strangers. And so, only thing that I am kind of ticked off about is his people. They had platforms that they could have came on and debunked all this stuff from the beginning, and things would have went smoothly. But the people that know Robert sat there and allowed all this mess to go on. And I'm like, no, baby, distance yourself from this mess, because this is the money. And when God tell me to move around, that's what I'm gonna do. When I first got on the scene, I tried to be a team leader, like just not a team leader, but just be a part of the team, and support everybody that was supporting the movement. And as I seen stuff happen, and it didn't look right to me, I'm like, my spirit said, move on, move on. I'm like, this, something's not right, something's not looking right, something is not, doesn't seem right. And you came in supporting these people, but when you see something's not right, you're supposed to move around. You're supposed to move away from that, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see why are these people coming after Robert Sylvester Kelly's supporters. Why are they loving the people that's trying to hate him and bring him down? Why? And that was weird to me. And I said, people don't see this. They came after me. They talked about me. And I'm like, what the hell have I done? What? I'm like, let's go back on your videos and see if something you done wrong. Are you advocating for Robert, or did you say anything bad about Robert, or did you put some bad information out about Robert? No. Even with Will Eating, and he tried to call my name and made people look like we were some monsters and terrorists and things. And I'm like, okay, this person said that Robert is his brother, his friend. This one said he's his cousin. This one says he's a mentor. And they try to tear down a movement for him, but they're uplifting somebody like Larry McGee. Y'all come on, subscribe to the brother. He's a good brother. And when I heard this man say he deserved to be in jail and locked up for good, and those three people that was on there, the cook, the so-called mentee, and the so-called cousin, didn't say anything, didn't debunk it. And when I saw that, that was enough for me. I said, oh, hell no. What the hell going on here? And I kept telling y'all, I'm like, these people is put in place to destroy the movement. And y'all allowing these people to destroy the movement. Y'all taking your time, your time that you could have been doing something else with it, to go back and forth with these so-called fake supporters, because that's what they are. And I've been seeing that from the beginning, all the way from the beginning. And I'm like, y'all be careful. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Y'all grown. Open your eyes. Look at it. It's just basic common sense. See what's going on. Why they just coming? Why they coming after us? I'm putting out information. Why you coming after me? I don't bother y'all. I'm in my own zone. So what's up? Then when they started mentioning Tracy, a view from Tracy Point Tracy, I'm like, what the hell? So you have Will Edie calling people liars, and we proved him wrong. Okay? And still, people still jump on the bandwagon. I'm like, damn, just fuck it. Because these people just, it's like, are these some fake names that Angelo actually put out there? Because you know, if you go back and look at the transcripts and look at, motions and stuff filed, you see where Angelo, if you go back to what's his name, Cash Jones' cousin Michael Williams, you go back and look at his indictment. You see all those screen names, and then out of all the screen names, why did Angelo reply to something Cash Jones or her cousin put out there? And you don't put two and two together and say, out of all the people that Angelo claimed that was coming after his daughter, why react to Michael Williams or Cash Jones' freaking comment that's on Instagram? And I said, watch these screen names, you guys. They put in place to pause this movement, because it should have been a big one. This movement should have been big, okay? 3 years. It should have been a big movement. But we allowed decoys to come in here and distract and destroy. And all they wanted was money. All they wanted, they knew that Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters love him so much, and they will do anything to help him. And they took advantage of it. And I said, you guys, please, you can go look on my community chat. And I said it all the time, y'all, please, please. I don't want y'all to look crazy at the end. So now the economy, the inflation is bad, and the money stopped with the unemployment for the pandemic. The big money that was coming in, the stimulus check has paused, and people can't afford to give to them. And if they was really the people that they say they are, money or not, support or not, they're gonna keep pushing. 3 people on, they're gonna keep pushing. So you have to look at it. And I'll say the stuff that Carolina Diamond said, correct, correct. And I just didn't want to see y'all being used. And I said, I pray for Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters. I pray that the truth come out so his supporters won't be used. They tell people don't come over here to my channel. And I'm like, wait a minute. I came on here when I first came on here. I came on here and I wasn't even looking at the views and how many people came on to look at the videos of the live. I just wanted to get that information out there. And I was just praying, like, God, just please put it in my heart to put stuff together the right way so people can understand what I'm putting out there. That's what I asked God for me. I said, God, please don't let me get involved with the madness. And when I respond to stuff because I know what these people were trying to do. Just like when you had a so-called supporter say that I had a family member at MCC to have that man to go jump on Robert. And this is around the time that they were trying to get Robert out of there. Okay? They were trying to get him, they was trying to get, just like the other guy sending stuff to the feds. This person tried to say, I had a cousin to go in there and have Robert jumped on so Robert can be able to bond out. Why would you say that? Like we had it planned. Like I have a cousin in there that's giving messages to Robert. Why would you say that? So that's why I had to respond to that. Like stuff like that I had to respond to. Just like Will Eaton, he called me a liar. Why am I a liar? Why you want people to think I'm a liar? Because you trying to get ahead of what I know about what you did and what you tried to do. So I want to put it out there because I know I'm close to Robert and people gonna believe what I say. So don't fool with Texas Black Diamond. And then when I had Don Russell, somebody had Don Russell sister call me, they on three-way. But this person didn't even have the, like, let me call her first, Don Russell's sister. Let me call her first. And that was Daddy Lolo. Daddy Lolo called me. Will Eating, I don't know what they got going on, and had this lady to call. And they left a message. I still have that message. And this lady doing all that talking. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. You went on the enemy's page. Then you allowed the cook to put a channel up for you and saying that you for Robert when the information I have on her, she's not for Robert. She hates Robert. She's supposed to be in a video. The Summer Bunny video. When they was all at the, I guess a park or something like that. I know about that. So only thing that Will Eating did was prove that I was telling the truth, prove that Don Russell was telling the truth, and Don Russell didn't even say anything about this man. And I didn't even know that he was dating the sister. All that stuff came out when he called me a liar. People was giving me information, and they were saying that these people trying to get Don Russell killed. Family members were saying that they want people to hurt Don Russell. They want him to get hurt. So why would Robert Sylvester Kelly people try to do something like that? Why they want to create lies. So I'm like, I started putting two and two together. So I'm like, okay, Don Russell not lying, because now we got this girl coming on there saying what she was saying. Don Russell's sister on the enemy's channel went on the enemy's channel now with this woman to hurt Don Russell. But why would you do that when you got this man advocating to lock Robert up for life? And y'all say y'all for Robert. And the lady came out and she said that her and Will Eady was dating. Said that she wrote a book and Don Russell dated the brat. So she proved that Don Russell wasn't just sitting up there just talking out of the side of his mouth. And so a lot of the stuff that came out to me proved that the information I have about Will Eady and what he tried to do to Robert was true. So I said, oh, okay. So that's why you want to come out ahead of the game and call me a liar and call Don Russell a liar. So you got in the band. I have a clip where he tried to get in there. Will Eady tried to get in the band, and Keith pushed him out of the band. Okay. What's up, chat? I have a clear vision of him trying to get his ass in that band, and Keith pushed his ass out of there. And that's when he got out, went in the car, got in the car with Don. He said, I'm the first one you'll see. The first one we seen was Don at the gate. He was behind Don, so obviously you was standing there talking to Don. So when Robert came out, Don pushed somebody out the way, and that's when you came around and you got in front of Robert, and Don Russell got behind him. So why lie? Why are people sitting here lying, and why they try to make us look like a liar when we trying to advocate to help Robert Sylvester Kelly? Why they didn't pull up as his supporters and family members and friends and say that they for him and try to guide us and help us in this movement? Why they didn't come forward? Why it Will Eady and Keith and all them like got together? Three strong men, Will Eady, Keith, and his two brothers even could have did it as well, and Don Russell. We could have had a big movement, we could have had a big march, but everybody is fighting over power. They fighting over power, but wasn't fighting for their brother to try to get him out. And they destroyed the movement. And we allowed them to destroy the movement. I swear to you, this movement could have been a big one. You hear me? Robert could have had the greatest movement in history. But decoys was put in here to destroy this movement. They could have debunked a whole lot of shit. His people could have debunked a whole lot of shit. I have somebody calling me, telling me, nah, that ain't true about old boy, how he became close and started walking with Robert. And I had three people to tell me this. They said that his support team, his security walked off after all these allegations. And so he needed an extra person. And so he needed this extra person. And he saw this guy, and he told his uncle, Junebug, to get his jacket out the back seat of the Sprinter and give it to this guy. This guy got on a jacket and a t-shirt. Okay? But he needed an extra body, a big body. So he was up in his face being a groupie. He told him to put him on a coat. So One person asked him, who is this person? Who is that? Oh, he the president of the fan club, and they support me. So Robert needed he accepted that. He took every support that he can get. He saw that it was people there for him. You saw Robert in tears when he saw supporters he came out, and he was just excited about that. And they used his weakness when he was needing people the most to come in and infiltrate. Okay, this one person came in and infiltrated because everybody I talked to, because Don was supposed to be walking with him, and he said, Don felt something wasn't right, and he said, I'm not gonna walk with this idiot. So when he was walking with him, Don left. He didn't walk with him because he said he wasn't gonna walk with this person because he felt in his heart he wasn't right. And so people in the camp felt like Don Russell was coming in trying to take their spot. So everybody started coming after Don when he was pointing out things, and he said, follow the money. And he's showing Robert all this. Robert was in the process of suing a whole lot of people that stole his money. They took him 2 weeks before he was getting ready to get his attorney and start suing some asses over stealing his money. So if these people are trying to steal his money, why would they tell him, now you go to that bank, you change all your information, you don't let nobody know your PIN number, you don't give nobody your card and tell them go check your balance. This is how you check your balance. You can check your balance right here on your phone. You don't have to give them your PIN number to check a balance. Robert was giving people his credit card, his bank card to go check his, thinking he's supposed to put the card in the ATM machine, give them the PIN to check his balance. And they was like, you don't do that. That's just like your social security number. You keep your social security number, your PIN number, your bank information close to your heart. And that's what they was telling him. And that's what they hated. They hated that them two people was in there trying to coach Robert on protecting his own stuff that he worked hard for. And I know I got off subject, but you got somebody that's in court right now fighting for their life because some stupidity. So it make me think, did these people that supposed to be close to Robert sent these decoys in to go after Don Russell? Because Don Russell know a whole lot of stuff. Make me think, did this person call me out and call me a liar for Robert's supporters to say, oh, Will Eady called Texas Black Diamond a liar. He called Tracy a liar. So we ain't gonna go to them because I believe Will Eady, because Will Eady, he got all kinds of videos with him being with Robert, and that's his friend. And everybody that was almost everybody, I'll say 98% of the people that was around Robert sucked him dry, used him, used him till they couldn't use him anymore. And I'm disappointed in a lot of people that he helped didn't come in and try to stop anything. Y'all on the phone whispering to me, y'all that he don't. That's a lie. Cause this is what Rob said. I'm like, damn it! If you heard Robert and Robert told you say that, why don't you come on here and say it in the bucket? I can't get on there and say it because I wasn't there to say that this happened. You were there, so you could have stopped it. A lot of them could have stopped it, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Why did people didn't try to stop this shit when they see what was going on? Y'all making phone calls. The only way y'all could have stopped it, y'all could have got on a platform. Don't wait till now. Robert they gave him 30 years, and then y'all want to speak. When he deleted all his pictures with him, I knew he was fake. Yeah. And I'm gonna say it, and I'm not gonna sit here. I'm gonna do what they should have done. When I seen Will Eady posting his stuff on Instagram, he was bragging on Keith, and I'm pretty sure he bragging on Keith because Keith got the money. Okay, I'm gonna stay close to Keith. Keith got the money. Y'all in Airbnbs and posting up shopping, but not one time, y'all, Robert name was put down there at the bottom of that man's stuff. Okay, shit, and I don't care what nobody say. He can come up there big as bold, call me a liar. I want to call him out so bad. Will Eden knew what he did. He know what he did. He know what he tried to do. But that will stop too, and that's what you mad about. Y'all tried to do the same thing that everybody else did. Y'all tried to do once again, and it's sad. Welcome to the chat, everybody. I'm supposed to be resting my voice, but I just wanted to reply. But anyway, let's get to this here. Let's see.
Esther Lumengill. Like. Reply. Card. Action menu. Home. Shorts. Create. Subscriptions. Library. Esther Lumengill. Dot. 1 day ago. Dot. Sorry, but what do you say about Elvis is not true. You make the same was people make with Rob. Tell false narrative and lies. Sorry. Elvis meet Priscilla in Germany when she was 14 years old and the stepfather from her was very strict. She meet him always with others. Elvis 1 years later go back to America and Priscilla was in Germany. She meet him in 1962. She was 17 years old in the time. She marry him when she was 18 years old. All the story are rumors and lie. 3 replies. Done.
Okay, so he called me a liar. So this person called me a liar, and that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna let him see what I normally do. I let you hear from the horse's mouth. So if I'm lying, Priscilla lying. So here we go.
You were 14 years old. Elvis was 24, right? How did your parents allow a 14-year-old teenager baby to be with this big superstar?
That's not easy on my parents. First of all, it was just an innocent meeting. And of course, I was excited and I was reluctant because I didn't think they'd ever let me go. But it was just a one-time opportunity. That's all they thought it would be. I never expected him to ask me back. They never expected him to ask me back.
But Elvis did ask you back, and you saw him again and again. And you would get home very late at night and be exhausted the next day when you had to go to school. And your parents let you go again and again.
When you're in love, it's hard to fight. And I was rebellious somewhat, meaning I didn't want to go to school, or I said I wouldn't go to school. Please let me, he'd be out of my life after 6 months, and don't ruin my life because I really cared. And he came to the house and he was charming. He was wonderful, and my family had a lot of faith in him.
What was Elvis Presley like then?
He was insecure. He was, you could talk to him as a person. You knew who he was. You knew his fears. He was so vulnerable. He was gentle. He was fun. He was a person you could really deal with.
Were you mad about him?
I was, but our relationship it's very different. It was a very protective relationship from the very beginning. I don't know what it was about him, but he kind of took me under his arm and nourished me in many ways.
You write in your book, you're 14. Elvis would take me into his bedroom, and then we would kiss long, deep, passionate kisses, and his caresses would leave me weak with desire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Elvis gave you Dexedrine. First time you'd seen pills.
I didn't know what was going on as far as, pills or what they were, sleeping pills. I mean, he gave it to me to be helpful. to say, look, if it's really getting really bad and you're not doing well, take a couple of these. But he was very cautious about them, and he said, don't take them a lot, and just take them if you really need them.
What do you think attracted a 24-year-old star to a 14-year-old inexperienced? Or am I telling you just as I say that? Is that what attracted him to you?
The inexperience, yes. I think Elvis had been around Hollywood already. He'd already seen Hollywood quote-unquote starlets. So I think in his own mind, he thought, well, I'll just be with someone and teach her as it comes. And I don't think a lot of older women would have put up with a lot of the things that went on. I mean, because when you're young, you kind of, I listened to him and did what he said. What woman around his age, let's say 24 or 25, would want to go out with a lot of guys when they went out?
He was almost always with an entourage.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Elvis went back to America. He says, come live with me in Memphis. And your parents said, okay.
In my parents' defense, they were going through it. They were having a hard time with this, but I was in love. And they were caught between, well, if we don't let her go, she'll sneak off and do it, or she'll catch a plane and go. My mother would cry and going, I don't know what to do. And I feel badly because I did go through a lot. I had to do it. I mean, with a fear of a young girl fearing that if I didn't do it, maybe someone would take my place. I would always have that fear, well, if I don't do this, someone's going to do it, and I wanted to be the one.
At one point, you said, in the early stages of your living there, that he gave you 2 pills, Placidil, was it called?
Yes.
And you almost died. And he didn't call a doctor.
Well, I think the fact that I had never taken pills and he had given me 2, because he was used to taking 2, it didn't bother him. And he gave them to me. And I was knocked out for about 2 days.
Once, Elvis took you to a morgue.
Yes, he did.
Why that fascination with dead bodies?
I don't know what the fascination was. This is not the first time that he had done this. I don't know if it was for the shock value, to see how people would react, or just for his own thrill of it.
You wrote, was he also bad to you?
When you say bad to me, I don't think it wasn't bad to me in a way that, intentional bad. Elvis went through an awful lot, and I think the communication that we had was very difficult and different. Elvis's way of dealing with problems were not confronting the problems, and if there was a problem, he would buy, or to make it all right and go right for you, make it better, he'd buy you a gift.
He would leave you. He would go off to make pictures. He would go off to Las Vegas. And you heard about other women.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel? What'd you do about it?
I felt horrible. It was almost a part of, it was the fear that I had too. I didn't want him to leave my sight. I wanted to be with him, because if I left him again, that fear always came in. I'm going to lose him.
He controlled your looks, your clothes, your hair, your makeup. He controlled you totally. Is that accurate?
I was definitely under a spell of what I thought was love. And I had to take responsibility for that too.
But you were 16, 17 years old.
But what did I know? I knew nothing else. I had nothing else. I had no experience, not even in life, but with other people.
And even though you weren't convinced that you and Elvis took dozens and dozens of Polaroid pictures acting out your fantasies, all different kinds of fantasies, you learned to turn him on sexually even though you never had intercourse. You did say that. Under no circumstances were his ideas or playfulness ever perverted.
No.
Do you feel the same way today now that you're older and you look back?
No, I can't say it's a perversion. I really can't say that. I mean, nothing was harmful. Nothing was done in bad intent. Nothing was done, that I don't think is unusual.
And then you'd have these wonderful, passionate, frustrating weeks. And then he'd go away.
We all have to take responsibility for ourselves. And that's when it hit me. I had to take responsibility for my own self. I couldn't be a life support.
And one day you went in painful. And yet you still do love him. You still do think well of him.
I do. I never not loved him. For me to leave was the biggest decision in my life. Nobody's perfect. He was a human being, and that's the aspect I'm trying to show. That's all. That was the intent of the whole book, is to show a love story. A man, a human, not the performer, not the image, not the idol.
Do you still love him? And yet you still do love him. You still do think well of him.
I do. I never not loved him. For me to leave was the biggest decision in my life. Nobody's perfect. He was a human being, and that's the aspect I'm trying to show. That's all. That was the intent of the whole book, is to show a love story. A man, a human, not the performer, not the image, not the idol.
Do you still love him?
Absolutely.
How would you want Elvis to be remembered?
I think the early years, I look at that and I think that's Elvis. He was having fun. You can see it in his films. He was a very humble man, a great sense of humor. And his biggest joy was being on stage.
I don't either way. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab them by the...
Facing is 74-year-old Hefner's unusual romantic arrangements.
He has a wonderful love life, but rather than just one girl, he has a love relationship with 4 girls. It may be a little unconventional, but it works.
Outside the
actually on his multiple girlfriends, but everybody, people talk around town and they say, what is this? Is Hef a spokesman for Viagra? He asked me out. I said I'd never dated anyone over 24, and he said neither have I.
I've seen him with 7 girlfriends, and he did have sex with all of them.
In the year 2000, Chicago, the city of Hefner's birth, recognizes him with a street named in his honor.
Very, very close to that boy.
That's what makes him so creative. I think you have to be a child to be creative.
He is Peter Pan. I'll never grow up. He loves bringing back those childhood feelings, which is why he probably likes young women, because he gets to be a boy again. And he made sure to put a complete bedroom on the plane.
The plane is also equipped with a dance floor and a screening room.
It was
Hefner and Kimberly separate.
I gave it a very good try. I love her very much. I was devoted to her and to the marriage.
As with many aspects of Hefner's uncommon life, the arrangement of the couple's separation is unique.
She lives immediately next door. The children and Kimberly are here almost every day. So in a certain way, it's the best of both worlds.
Now tell me the difference in this situation. They grew apart, separated, divorced, but not one time she turned her kids against their father. Not one time. The daughter on here speaking very highly of her father, and she is keeping the empire going strong. So just tell me the difference in this. Came out and said what I said to make people feel like I hate him or I'm bashing him, because that's not it. But you have to, at the end of the day, be responsible for your actions. And I had to do what was best for me, and my family had to do what was best for them. And if my father is a toxic person, then unfortunately we just have to love him from a distance. There's no love lost, but I just had to separate myself. So I need you guys to tell me the difference. Destroy your father's empire, put him down. And I'm just looking at all these, I'm going back and doing my research, looking back on all these different cases, all these different situations. It's basically almost the same. And the only people that I see, like this woman here in the pink shirt, I ain't gonna call her name, in this child here with her father, I didn't see no other kid put their fathers down, or the ex. Period. Did not see it. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the difference. Is it a color thing? What is it? Or is it just lacking of knowledge, being informed of things? but now she's talking about her child support. He stopped paying her child support when she came out. But from what the receipts shows that he got behind only 2 months. That's because this mama here want to go around parade and mute R. Kelly, not understanding this is this man's livelihood. This is how he make his money. And then she had the nerve to say for him to take his ass to McDonald's. But I'm gonna say this to you: you didn't have a some funds put back for your kids. This girl 21. She's 21 now, but she should have had money saved her own self from the child support. You didn't give her money to teach her how to put back and invest. You didn't put money back for her, and then you try to make him look bad talking about the um, college. Her last semester in college, and you know what? I look at it so stupid. He was paying this money every month. You had $5 million. You had 5 million. Then, have you ever heard of financial aid, student loans? Have you heard of that? You did that to try to make him look bad, and I don't understand. I'm still trying to look back. Is there any other wife and kids that's putting their fathers down? No, they just trying to keep that legacy going, trying to keep that empire going because that's their future. You so upset because he didn't want you no more after that party, so now you pissed off, and so you part of the his brother, and it's sad. It's really sad, and it's sad. Yeah, you can stay a distance from your dad if you want to, baby, but at the end of the day, you let your mama poison your mind, and that's not right. You should sit down. That's your blood. If it wasn't for your dad, you wouldn't be here. He's part of you being here right now, along with God too, not just your mom. But if you took the time to call your father and just let me sit down and talk to you. I want to talk to you, Dad. I want to hear your side. So if you're a child, if you've been around this, you will remember this. I remember a lot when I was a kid, especially if it's something that's toxic. A child will never forget it. But I don't hear anything about you or the other two kids ever saying that I seen my dad slap my mom, push her down, do this and do that. But to each their own, but I just feel like it's sad, especially for this mother. I don't care. I have kids, and my ex did me wrong. I went on with my life, but I never told my kids anything bad about their father, never talked down about their father to them. And I just feel like you less than a mother to do what you did just so you can clout chase. But I want you to look back and see all these women that ever did something like this. Monica Lewinsky, the damn fucking stripper that had sex with Donald Trump, and so on and so on. What was it? 15-minute fame. They gonna dangle y'all around for a while until this trial over with. And when the trial over with, they gonna forget all about y'all asses. Y'all just 15-minute fame. Just to be on goddamn Love and Hip Hop or whatever. What growing up hip hop. And y'all please don't put this woman back on there because I used to love watching growing up hip hop and dancing, but when she got on there, it just ruined my whole view of the show. I have to try to fast forward. I fast forward. I swear I fast forward when she come on there. You say you don't care about this man, he's a monster, but you got his last name, and you were married to someone called his last name was McKee or McGee or something like that, McKee or whatever, because that's who you was married to. But you still riding this man's name. Then if you trying to forget about him, why when you get on this show you mention his name? And you know why the people on growing up hip hop got you? Because his R. Kelly is the hottest thing that's out there with this scandal that's going on and these alleged mess that these women's talking about. So they want to put you on the show so they can get some information. Cause see, this name is hot right now. That's it, baby. Because if you didn't have a Kelly in you, or they didn't have nothing about this case and stuff, you wouldn't even be on growing up hip hop. I guarantee you wouldn't have been on there. And I just pray that they don't put you on there next season because I do not want to see you. I'm tired of seeing you too. I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but the stuff that you did, I call that BS. It's sad to turn this child against her father. What kind of mother are you? Blame yourself. Have you ever sat back and say, damn, I could have got some financial aid for her, or I could have got a student loan for her, or I could have used the money that I'm getting off this all these talk shows, and I could have used the money off this Surviving R. Kelly fiction series. I could have used that, but no, I decided to let my daughter drop out of school so I can make her dad look bad because he's supposed to have all this money. You doing just like his brother, blaming this man for every freaking thing that's going on in your life. You got control of that. I have a son that's in college. If I can't do it, his daddy gonna do it. And if his daddy can't do it, I'm gonna do it. If we neither one of us can do it, he got some older sisters. We're gonna pull in. We're gonna do this. But I don't. Did anybody, all these people, did Lifetime come in and say, "Baby, we'll pay for her tuition. We don't want her dropping out of school because we care about the black girls"? Did they? Did they say? Did they reach anybody reach out to you and tell you that they'll pay her tuition? Because we doing this for the black girls.
Mr. J, very ungrateful
I
ass.
said, you your daughter, huh?
Very ungrateful.
Theodore Kelly has two simple goals: to demand accountability for the over 2 decades of sexually predatory behavior involving disadvantaged young black girls and young women, and second, to send a large message to men in power that they will no longer be able to use their power and influence to buy themselves out of accountability.
Okay. Where do I begin? My question is, that's why I did the Priscilla interview first, because I'm like, I'm checking it out. I'm checking out what she's saying, and at the end of the day, she took accountability for what she did. And my question is, did anybody try to mute Elvis Presley? Y'all talking about Robert's song, talking about feeling on the booty, but you got the president saying grabbing their PUSSY. You talking about Bill Cosby. He offered some grown adults some pills. They took it like they were little kids, and these weren't minors. They took it on their own, and he's in jail. So the reason why we fighting so hard right now, because a lot of this stuff is a bunch of BS. And I looked at the girl, Elvis Presley's ex-wife. She talked about, well, matter of fact, she was still a little girl. She was what, just turned 15, I think. And they did sexual pictures, and she said that was harmless. But yet again, Robert filming his sex, he's a monster. And I'm just trying to understand this. And like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying this, it's way, way bigger than these girls. Let me start saying women, because you know, a lot of men be like, oh, we're going to the club, we're going to find us some girls. So when they say girls, it's not necessarily we're going to the club and find some girls, because the girls shouldn't even be at the club. But anyway, I just feel like once Robert tried to get his master's, and if you look and see who working with who, and this record label know who to go to that was in Robert's camp. The person that was in Robert's camp, now this is my theory, the person in Robert's camp, they started working with to start getting people to come in and start talking about certain things and saying certain things to try to mess up Robert's career, get him locked up because he wanted his master's. And that's my theory. My theory is really, 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 like deep in my soul, I feel like it's something bigger. And if you see who the record company affiliated with, and then how all these women's and parents, everybody know each other, everybody with each other. And I want to show a little clip of the Hefner. So he's a monster because he wants to have 4 women, be with 4 women. And you got Hefner. What he get? He got a street named after him. Elvis. What he get? He gets awarded, but nobody talk about what they did. What Elvis did, Hugh Hefner, and then once the man died, I'm like, what the hell? Rest in peace. And everybody like honoring this man that had about 20 women in his house, you know, so many girlfriends in his home, but yet you had celebrities go to this man's house and celebrate with him with all these different girls. Then you guys try to make it like it's a sex code. I mean, come on. Really? Every female that went into his home, he laid it down to him that I have multiple partners. You either with her or you're not. And they agreed to it because they wanted that limelight, or they were using their JJs for a resume. And yet, you guys try to say that Robert is a monster. Where? Okay, if we're gonna be muting some people, okay, let's mute Elvis, because every time I look on TV, a commercial, Elvis, y'all calling him the king of rock and roll, and Elvis get his album and this all on commercials and stuff. Then post Bill Cosby. Like I said, it's bigger. When they found out that Bill Cosby finna do with this network, they didn't want to see that. Them females were mad because they use their vaginas for a resume, and what they do? I'm finna shut this bastard down because I didn't get what I wanted, and this is all this is. And I'm dead serious. This is retaliation, revenge, because it didn't work out for you because you used your JJ for a resume or for a cash app, and then it didn't go as planned. So you pissed off. Then you let the higher up use you. And I'm looking at this Priscilla. Yet he had his ups and downs, and she took responsibility for her role, and she never did put this man down. Did not belittle him, but you got all these little women of color on here, and these are the ones that's not trying to go out and do for themselves, and they wanted this quick scheme money, and wanted to use a celebrity. They knew his weakness. They knew Robert's weakness. His weakness is vagina, and they used that weakness to try to get up in there and boom, get at him. And to me, all this stuff that's out there, I don't even think it should be presented in court. Really, I don't think it should be presented in court. That's my opinion on that. If somebody have to go up there and testify, and they already done told the whole world and added stories and lies and stuff, the jury only know and remember what people putting on these major channels like this here, MSNBC and places like this, big platforms, and that's all they see, stuff like this. You never see anything. They will not let a person that's gonna tell you the full truth about what's going down. They're not gonna be on MSNBC or CNN or Fox News and nothing like that. So these are the people that's gonna go up there and sit down because they already got it in their mind. But I'm gonna talk about that on a whole new different video. But my thing is, his song said feeling on the booty, but you voted somebody in and said we can grab him by the pussy. What's up with that? Now some slick stuff on this right here. You got this girl here. Why they didn't tell her to dress like how she was dressing to try to run after Robert? Why they didn't do that? Because they wanted to give her that little girly image as she falsely tell her tales, and like Priscilla Presley said, own up to your responsibility, be responsible for the things that you have done and caused. You stalked this man, you was there every day. What you tell this man right here? Because he got a real grin on his face. Look at that little smirk. But I'm just saying, you stalk him. You just stalked him. Like, why? You every day you was there right there beside him. So now they want to still call him a monster, but you running behind this man. I don't see him even paying attention to you. I see the other man looking at you, and then he was looking at you the other day like, why y'all keep running behind my client? But we already know now you did what you did. You was up in the courthouse. You saw everything that went on. You saw the video. How the hell you got in there when they claimed this is a porn, child pornography, but they had a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, however old you was on here in there. How did you get past them? That's the point. How you get past them? It don't make any sense. So now we just gotta call it for what it is and accept responsibility for what we did and take accountability for the actions that we caused, and stop blaming everything on Robert. Look at you. Now we gotta get real with this here now, because this is something serious. Y'all really messing with somebody's life. And I'm just saying, you still got to be responsible for the actions that you have done and caused. And stop blaming everything on Robert. Look at you. Now we gotta get real with this here now, because this is something serious. Y'all really messing with somebody's life. And I'm just saying, you still got to be responsible for the actions that you have done and caused. And stop blaming everything on Robert. Look at you. Now we gotta get real with this here now, because this is something serious. Y'all really messing with somebody's life. Because you're coochie jumping. Y'all messing with other people's lives and messing up this man's life. This is his life. And I see this woman here, and I'm coming after this here. I'm gonna show you guys a video of Priscilla. And that the first one that I showed you when she was younger, she's older and she's still saying the same thing, and she's not putting him down. And these girls knew what was going on, knew the lifestyle of the man, and they're not angry at him. They understood it, but why y'all doing it? Which I still see and feel in my heart that it's something bigger, and these girls are just a pawn. And everybody else, these little outskirt people, is being used as something bigger. I think we need to look up a little higher. They're just like the dope dealers on the street. I call them jackass. When they deliver the shit. But when the police put them in jail, they don't go after the big fish, with the man with the yacht and the planes and shit where they can get their stuff over here. They don't go after the middleman that delivered the stuff to the damn jackasses. You remember back in the days how them jackasses, them donkeys, they used to carry, and horses used to carry things and deliver things, the donkeys and the horses. That's why I call dope dealer jackasses. They working hard for somebody else to come up, and that's what these people here doing. They are working hard to bring R. Kelly down for the higher up, like some damn fools. And I said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I believe it deep in my soul. Everybody know me, know my visions and my they know when I have these visions and vibes and stuff. And when it's real strong, I say it. I don't say it. I don't keep it to myself. I say it, and I still have it. It's deep in my soul that it's something bigger. It's something bigger, you guys. It is something bigger. I'm not gonna hold it. It's something bigger. I'm telling you. It's not. These are just being used as the jackasses. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna end this with the Priscilla Presley's interview. So you can see what she said after, and somebody just please tell me the difference. We have Elvis, he's still the king of rock and roll, and you got Trump grabbing on the coochies. You have people sending tweets after Hugh Hefner passed away. Somebody, he's an icon, but this one man, they're trying to stomp and stomp and stomp. Why? Think everybody is bigger. It's bigger than these little puns, the little jackasses, as I say. So I'm gonna end it with this right here. Please leave your comments, share this video, and we're gonna end it with Priscilla and her last interview.
Loved him, Linda Thompson loved him. And none of them seemed to be bothered by the fact that he was a carouser. They all say the same. He was Elvis.
Right.
You feel the same way?
You know, Larry, if I was Elvis, I wouldn't know how to handle it. I mean, he had women. I've often thought about that. He had women throw themselves at him from the time he, started out in the business, a young kid growing up with it, and how he handled it, I don't know. I just don't know. I've been around. Well, it was difficult for me. There's no doubt. It was very difficult.
You divorced him?
I did, yes. It was difficult. It was not going to change. But it was something that was difficult to deal with.
You weren't angry?
I couldn't change it. We say in the documentary, I loved him. What was not to love? He was just a great human being.
He was a good guy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Someone told me that you'll never hear, Jackie Gleason said, never heard a bad word about him.
No, he was a great human being. He really and truly was. He had a great sense of humor. He had a wonderful compassion. He was sincere. He was just, and he had a temper, like everyone. But, his temper was, you didn't want to be around him when he had his temper tantrums. But he was, he was just a good guy. He cared about people. He cared about his fans. And, I didn't care. I didn't know when I was with Elvis, I don't know what I was thinking, because there'd be fans sleeping at the gates. They'd be sleeping over and having little slumber parties, and they followed us everywhere. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, he's married. And they shouldn't be out there, hanging on. And what did they want? And what did they want him to do? And, I had a few confrontations, and oh my God, I just feel so bad, because they've just been the loyalist fans, and they put up with me, and they're still out there.
What was the effect of Gladys's mother on him?
A very big effect.
Good husband at the start.
Elvis was a good husband. I don't know how to be a husband, but he was as good a husband as the king of rock and roll could be. And he was also.
Given that.
Yes, you have to remember our life wasn't the normal life. We had all the guys that was around Elvis. He had already developed a lifestyle. With guys hanging. Friends were very important. People around him were very important. He created his own life with all the guys around him and the guys' wives who would go everywhere together. We did everything together, as a group.
Stayed up late, right?
Oh my gosh, there was no sleep. We were awake all night long and slept during the day.
How do you handle money?
Not well.
Spend
A lot.
And I didn't want to go along with the program anymore. And we all have to take responsibility for ourselves. And that's when it hit me. I had to take responsibility for my own self.
Okay. King of rock and roll. This funniest thing. See, and I think I did a matter of fact, I did and this is an old video, you guys. It was back in the beginning of 2020, I believe. But I'm gonna just start popping up these old videos I did to reminisce, go back and reminisce. Do y'all understand? Mike Jackson married her daughter. Yeah, Michael Jackson was slick. He did that so he could get that catalog and shoot. Michael Jackson was a slick one, and Sony did Michael Jackson the same way. Matter of fact, I have, if you go back and type up the Sony one that I did showing all the people that Sony, ambushed, he calls that rumor for Michael Jackson. Once you have big legal fees, you're gonna go back to the record label. You're gonna get a loan from them, and so you're gonna have to sign a contract. Well, we need you to do X, Y, and Z albums. We'll give you this. We'll give you this amount, but we need you to deliver so many albums. And so this happened to George Michael. Took him through the ropes, and it seemed like when they got older and it was time for them to get their rights back, and all hell breaks loose. And it seemed like, to me, if you go back and look at the history of Sony puts out these rumors and build these rumors, and I just say alleged, but if you just go back, you will see. And like I said back then, it's bigger than these females. And if you just pay attention, Azriel has faded, Faith Rogers faded, and I told them it was gonna be just a 5 minute fame, because only thing they needed them to do is help lock up Robert. So we have the Landfair girl. We got the Gray Goose. They trying to get her to build their brand. I never seen that about Ellen because I was interested in it. Yeah, I can play. I have one where she actually told the story that Elvis gave her a black eye. He pulled his gun on her. He threw a chair at her. All these different things. And that lady was like, she still defended him. She was like, it was just so much pressure on him, and he started gaining weight, and he wouldn't sleep, and he needed to, you know, get out there and do his thing, and it was just a lot of pressure. So of course, he's gonna be angry. And so when Robert yelled and screamed about a person stealing from him, they made Robert look like a monster. And I'm like, who wouldn't be pissed off, and you giving these people money, you taking care of these people? Yeah. Yeah, but she always said he was a great guy. I have to find that video where Priscilla did an interview, and she walked in the house, because I think she it's a museum. I think people could go there to the old house, and she was walking there, and she was talking about the piano. You know, she mentioned She mentioned the piano, like he used to play the piano, and she remembers something happening with them, an altercation in that room, and that he threw a chair at her. He blackened her eye,
Disarm. Check. System. Ready to arm.
but they still, there's no big fuss about that. So you can see, you can tell, like, I feel like it's a black thing, really. It sounds like, the- the- yeah. He threw a chair. She said, I just have to find it, but I wanted to play that because I wanted you guys to, I wanted this person that left it saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm starting rumors, and I wanted him to know that I always let people hear from the horse's mouth. And the lady asked her and said, "How did your parents let you be with this man being 14?" And she said she was 14. And people saying, "Well, he married when she was 17, but he was with her at the age of 14." So you see how they try to make everything look good for Elvis. Well, she was 17 when they married, and they tried to. So you see how people come in and try to make Elvis look good. Hugh Hefner said he don't want nobody over 24. They say Hugh Hefner had somebody at the age of 16 to 17. So you have to look at it. Just look at it. And the reason why they did Harvey, and I think the reason why they did Harvey Weinstein like they did, Harvey Weinstein is an old, washed up man, and so they wanted to just, let's get this man here and use him as a decoy so we can take Robert down. Because when I looked at Harvey Weinstein and them people talking on there, I'm like, come on now. How did Harvey Weinstein know your hotel number? Why did you open the door? You said you had on a gown. You didn't have to open your door. Then you had one said she was going to the hotel. She was looking down at her shoes. She was worried about her shoes and how she looked. Really? And they took that as a woman that was taken advantage of. So now everything is taken advantage of. You're taking advantage of a woman that's a willing participant. When you go into a man's hotel, what you think, you ain't going for a meeting? One thing I can say about is she was smart enough to protect. That's right. She uh, uh, scheme. I think I have a video of that when she was talking about him, and then he was in debt, and she built his legacy back up. She actually built Elvis Presley's legacy. She built that brand where he ended up getting out of debt, and this man has millions in his estate. What's crazy about that, Nicole? A lot of people claim
Front
they didn't
door.
know. A lot of people claim they didn't know. They claim they People claim they didn't know. And this lady, I went back and I remember that interview, and she was like, if I wasn't gonna do it, somebody else was gonna do it. And she told her parents that, and I told my parents, and she took ownership of what she did. She took responsibility for what she did, her actions. Like, that was me. I did that. I wanted to do that. And then when enough was enough, she walked away. She took responsibility and walked away. This is called life learning lesson. Because I'm still trying to understand this willing participant thing. I'm still trying to figure this out. And Drea, it's shame on her. This stupid. So what she wanted everybody to. Um, Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna pull it up and let y'all see. She got a cabaret going on. So she had got her legs wide open and things like that, and she feel like now he's in sentence, and now I can go and do my cabaret. I don't want to see how old is Drea? She's in her 50s. Is she almost in her 50s? Gapping her legs open and twerking. I don't want to see that. Keyword: she walked away peacefully and protected her daughter. Yes, Nicole. All what I'm saying here. Drea, what she did is stupid. Cause she felt like, let me get out there and I'm gonna advocate too. But what them people doing? She hollering about college. Didn't nobody take up money to send her daughter back to college? Then you had the twin. The Mayweather twin. Is it Asnet or something? She the one helped them get on that growing up hip hop. So her daughter talking this time, I got my I'm not worried, and I got my, cause you let your mama tell you that your dad didn't pay that months of child support. What you expect? He was doing concerts and paying that his child support with that. He was doing shows. But when you have the mother along with others trying to mute him, and then her dumb ass thought about it. Oh shit! What the hell my dumb ass doing? Then you want to come out and say he's a great man, he's a great father, because you just messed up your money. You muted your kids' aid support. You messed that up. It's not looking good when you got a white woman talking responsibility, but leave that alone. Black women take note. Yeah, I did the same thing, Scheme. I took responsibility for me when I was 16, and I got married when I was 16. I was very mature. I took ownership of that. My dad didn't even know, but I told my mom, I'm like, I need you to fill out this consent because I'm going to get married because I know what I wanted. I can't see if people in pants went for a year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, McDime. If everybody do the math, Robert got behind in his child support when Drea and others stopped him his shows, and then you had the mute people. You had them muting out there in front of the concerts and stuff. And then once he got it up, he paid it. Cause they said one thing about it. That's the first thing he did when he did his shows. He got that bag of money and went straight on and paid that child support. Priscilla protected her daughter's legacy. She protected it. Like if she wasn't gonna do anything else, she should have just kept her mouth closed and just said, "I know he's a great father," and things like that, and would have been trying to protect that legacy for her kids. And to me, if she was a like Priscilla, and there was vice versa, and Elvis was going through what Robert was going through, I feel like Priscilla would have took the money, made sure he had good attorneys, made sure everything was set in place. He would have trusted her to put everything in her name and give her every assets of his to protect it, to keep the feds from taking it and freezing. And she would have took very good care of that. She would have went around and advocated for him. But these women so thirsty for money. And you see this nappa headed ass, what's her name? Jerronda Pace. You done sued the man. You blew that money. You blew it. Then in court, this girl tried to do this, use the same, get a different attorney, and go back and sue again. And 3 times, she a total of 4 times. Rhonda Page tried to go back and sue for the same thing. She took the money and she blew it along with what's the girl name? Is it Heather? Along with Heather, she blew the money. Somebody even said it. They was like, Heather was sitting, it was so many people on the porch and stuff. She bought two, with them Jeeps, not, I forgot those little Jeeps. They used them Hummers. Said she had two Hummers in the yard and everybody was around. So she told everybody that she sued Robert, and there was a breach of contract. Because agreement, if when you go out and you tell and and this is a payout, a hush, this is hush money, and you talking, that's a breach. And they can say what they want to say, but if they didn't, they can say what they want to say, but if the court didn't call them in and they spoke before they were subpoenaed, Robert can go back and sue them because they breached that agreement. And I think it should be a law. If you settle out of court, you shouldn't be able to go back and try to say I need him locked up later on. Was able to blow a million on drugs, ex-husband, and knew this music career and still up to a million. That's what I'm saying. Because they said when I was going in looking at the history of it, he was in debt with the IRS and everything. That woman went in and she built their legacy back up and paid off all his debts. This man dead and she paid his debt so she can keep their legacy right. Because she had to protect herself, because otherwise she be beside him right now. She knew because her mind was there, where she was there. Yeah, somebody else wasn't it the public announcement said that Drea knew what was going on. She's trying to play innocent. I think even what's his name? What's that man name? Uh, yeah, I forgot his name, and I talk about him all the time. The one that was on the stand saying that he went got those certificates for him to get married. I still feel like there was a publicity stunt. And I still feel like there was something that Barry Hankerson tried to use to say, well, X, Y, and Z to try to, frame Robert. And I'm just curious why the prosecutors didn't get Alea's mother, her brother. Where was Robert's brother? They didn't have all these people that Demetrius Smith named, and the clerk that Daryl McDavid talked to is still alive. He retired. Man, still alive. He could. Why they had to have somebody else that wasn't even involved sitting up there explaining about a marriage certificate when the person that was alive, that's alive, they could have spoken and said, well, yeah, Daryl McDavis came and Demetrius Smith was there, and to say if Robert was there or Aaliyah was there. It's just like it's not making sense to me. Just like Geronda Pace. What were the police that's supposed to be doing security check? Why they didn't have them up there to make it look like see that Geronda Pace had a fake ID? It's sad that thing about that he didn't even get in trouble for that. And he flew her to the United States. Isn't that sex trafficking right there? She said she pleased him in other ways. So that still was sex. She pleased him in other ways. And they took um, pictures. So and recorded. So she was a minor. There was child pornography, right? There was child pornography. So That's the reason why I like to go back and show the old stuff. But I just wanted to show you that, and I just wanted to respond to the guy that our woman that left that comment down. I'm going by what Priscilla said, and Priscilla said she was 14 years old. So she said she was 14. So he came saying all that. So I was trying to see if I can find the guys, but I know it's going to take a while. But if y'all can go back and let me see what this is to run the pace. I'm gonna see if I can play this real quick, and then I'll go. Let me see which one this is. Yeah, let me play this since they saying Geronda Pace is gonna be there. Somebody mentioned earlier too. He tried to show he had a future which they still didn't prove. They just proved he likes sex and had groupies. Sound like the music. Yeah, that's what they talk about all the time. The Rolling Stone, you name it. Even today, you see Chris Brown. You see, y'all remember 50 Cent's bust up in there, and I think it was Trey son, Chris Brown apartment. I mean, hotel, and there was a whole lot of women's up in there, whole lot of groupies, and that's something that happened in the industry because that's the reason why I got out of it because I just didn't want to be dealing with all these groupies and stuff because we had a party, a birthday bash, and I was just tired. I'm like, how long we gonna be having this bash? So I had to make sure one of the artists got paid, like and then after the place closed, I had to get the money and pay the doorman and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna give me a room. I'm going over here and go to sleep. Like y'all call me when it's over. So I'm waking up. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I guess this is like an after party. And so when I walk in there, you got groupies. I mean, right there at the tables, at the lounging section, just doing oral sex on these artists. And I don't understand why they can allow this to happen when you have these willing participants. They could have walked away. They said they walked away. I'm just trying to make sense of it, you guys. I sit down. I try to take like 30 minutes because I don't want to just get overwhelmed with this anymore because it caused me to get upset that we're saying that these people can do all these things and not be responsible for their actions. I'm looking at a 10-year-old get arrested for writing a letter to. And I think I put that up on my community post, and I think I put it up on Twitter. And so you can say that this 10-year-old is responsible for his action for writing something. And so you saying that these women are not responsible for their action and it wasn't a forced thing. And you're trying to give this man 30 years. I'm just trying to make sense of it. You can say that these girls that did a joyride in this man's Uber car and killed him, actually the man holding on to the door, and they wrecked and the man died. And I talked about that. I posted that. It was 15 to 16. And then they said that they are responsible, but they're not saying a cortex to the brain. They're not saying cortex to the brain to the 10-year-old that wrote the letter 10, but they saying it's the cortex to the brain. And these girls, they're young and they don't know any better. But when they go in there and steal, they're arrested because they know better. But if they open their legs and they doing oral sex and they go in and have sex with a man, they don't know any better. It's the cortex to the brain. So where are these psychiatrists and these professionals to get up there and say the cortex to the brain for that 10-year-old that they arrested, and them girls stealing them cars, and the girls and boys going in there, stealing items? They don't know any better, right? But they know better. But Asriel didn't know any better. Jerronda Pace didn't know any better. Faith Rogers didn't know any better. No order saying that. Yeah, Boosie the only one. That's why, McDonald. I think Boosie understand, because I remember when we did the Free Boosie movement, and it was a great one. It was a big one. Everybody pulled together, and it was the hashtag Free Boosie all over the place. And so Boosie understand. Boosie is an artist. He understand. He understand the groupies. He understand all these women trying to get there and lay with men, and he don't care. Like, you can love me, you can hate me, but I'm gonna speak the facts. I'm gonna speak the truth. And these people are afraid to speak, and it's sad that the world today, that you can't speak your opinion and your truth and still have your job, and still have your fans. And your fans, if they your fans, they respect your opinion. Where all these people that claim that Robert did so much for him, they won't even speak. I was looking for Kimberly to get out there and speak. I was looking for her to write a letter, and I don't understand why the judge didn't allow them to stand up there like everybody else and speak for Robert, so she can see their faces, their emotions. Why these letters wasn't written? All these people that came on and said that they cared about him, I didn't see a letter from you guys. I didn't see the letters written that he was there. He got my medication for me when I needed it. Made sure I went to my doctor's appointment and paid bills and stuff when I was about to lose things. Where are y'all? Allowing you to use his name to promote your brand, helping your kids. Where were y'all? Did Will Eady write a letter? Did Levi write a letter? Did his mentor, did they write a letter, you guys? I'm just asking. Who all wrote a letter? Why y'all didn't try to fight to go in there so y'all can stand up before Judge Ann and let her see your emotions, and tell the story, the real story of Robert Sylvester Kelly? And y'all fake. I said, I'm gonna see. I did a video and I put all of the people up there, all the people that said that they care about Robert. And I said, and I put on there, I said, we will see. I would like to hear Gail on a ride that's looking out. All of that shit was a setup. I mean, damn. All the videos I did were back in 2020 trying to break down them lies. Come on now, these people only write letters to the feds and judge. I think, is that what Caroline Diamond said? Like, you writing all these letters, why you ain't writing letters to the judge? And I was thinking about that. I'm like, what the heck going on? I can't. It's just shocking to me, and I'm praying. I don't know. I guess they had opening arguments today. I'm gonna reach out to my buddy and see how things went today with him. I forgot to because I just been doped up. It's sad. All these people. I swear, I was like, I'm gonna be mad as hell. As big as Robert, big as his name, where why they didn't write a letter? Like, I don't know what he did personally, but I know this is the person that I know. You don't have to speak on what people are saying about him. Speak on your experience with Robert. Where were they? Where were they? Where was Lisa? I wanted to see a letter from Kim. Did Rocky write one? Why the brother didn't write a letter? And she probably, I guarantee you, Ann was looking for his kids to write a letter. And I was going back listening to Ann, but when she was doing an interview and she was at a conference and she was speaking and she was saying she paid attention to what helps a defendant is she pay attention to what the family, like the family being there, and she want to get to know this person, and she want to know this real person, and it wasn't allowed to come out in court. They stopped that. They even said that Demetrius Smith couldn't say anything and mention anything about Robert calling him in there and praying and talking in tongues. They wouldn't allow them to put up show that Robert was giving to people. And who does that? Who won't allow a person to defend himself? This is not America. We're not in America. This is not America for the prosecutor to say, no, you cannot. No, we're not going to allow you to show this great side of this man. No, we're not going to let nobody come up here and speak on his character. Only thing we want is these people to test the lie. And it's not fair. Yeah, them people call it what happened to the gun bomb called etc. That's what we were talking about the other day, yesterday, with Don. I said first they said it was a gun, then they said it was a bomb, and so I'm like, why it wasn't publicized on the news in New York, right? Why the bomb squad didn't come out to do a sweep? You understand what I'm saying? Why was this person? Why he wasn't arrested then? You see what I'm saying? Everything happened when Robert was going up for a hearing and things like that. If you just pay attention, everything happened around the time, and all these people were decoys. And it's sad to me that we're in America and a person can't go to trial and have a fair fight because it was not a fair fight. And to me, no groupie shouldn't be allowed to be on no platform speaking on anything, especially if you're trying to indict a person. You shouldn't be allowed to speak. Faith shouldn't have been on there speaking, Veranda Pace. No one should have been allowed to speak, only in court. Who does this? This is not America. Real talk. I don't feel like we're in America. I look at a lot of stuff, you guys. I sit here and I look and I just compare and I get upset and I try to stay calm, because what these people doing is not right. I don't understand it. I where was Bubba, y'all? Where was Bubba?
MRJ scheme at Texas Black Diamond, and you said they tried to shut him up. And if people look at his paperwork, it's in black and white. In their last motion.
I know that's going to be one of my questions to Don when I do the interview. Um, what would you have done differently in this situation? Because he cried, like he said he when he got in, he just like somebody with a blindfold on, not knowing what's going on, and then he finally was told what was going on, that he's being investigated and stuff like that. No one got hurt at that premiere. So my memory kind of short right now. So can somebody tell me, did they say that Don called from a payphone or did he call from a cell phone? Because I heard two different things. They never shared public information with a crime, and they said it was public information. So why y'all want to hide it from the jury? I'm just trying to understand why they trying to hide these people's name and they was all in the public speaking on it. I've been in the hospital, guys, since what? KL Nation. I remember a picture that was drawn of the conspiracy group of R. Kelly sitting with his hand tied behind his back. They spoke. Yeah. I need to find that picture, Nicole. I remember seeing it too. I think they said it was a cell phone. I remember two articles saying a payphone. I'm like, they still got a payphone? You still in the hospital, girl? I'm praying for you. That COVID is something, because that COVID messed me up big time. I still have long COVID. And I have to have surgery. I'm still, I'm gonna, God's will. I'm gonna do that when the last time you. That's what I'm saying. They said they took the last payphone out from New York back in I think it was 2 months ago. They took the last payphone out. I remember we used to have them beepers and stuff, and you had to have a lot of quarters and change, but we used to was able to put nickels and dimes in there. Now you have to what? You have to use quarters. My apology for not saying no. That's okay, sweetie. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm chilling. Waiting on my not surgery, but operation. I'm still sitting here like I have so many appointments today. I got a break, but I woke up early getting dressed so I can go to my doctor's appointment and stuff. Yeah, that beeper used to tell of each person. You had a code for each person. Then you know who they are, and you driving around trying to look for a telephone booth. Like they're gonna work right there, stop right there. You stopping every minute trying to make a phone call. And then when we got the cell phones, oh Lord, I still got my slide phone, the one that opened up the slider. I still have it. I said I'm gonna keep it for memories. I'm gonna let my daughter see it. I still have pictures in there. Oh my God, technology, how things has changed. Yeah, cause shit, hell, we had to keep quarters in them purses, because and nickels and dimes, and then you didn't have enough. You looking out, somebody give me a quarter, give me a dime. Somebody passed through you just like a bum. You got a 10 cents, you got a quarter. People and payphone were gone, and they took the last one. They were in turn drop a dime and from 10 cents. I make you a snitch. Yeah, 6'9". We had all kinds of code. Like I'm telling my sister, you 27. You make sure you put 27. You like you go to the payphone. You look at the number on the payphone. Then you put the number in the payphone. Then you see your code. Yes, I remember the code we had. Just thing, and it had it on the side. And then the big phones in the car. Oh my God, technology. And then y'all remember, like when we had to go somewhere, you had to go and print out MapQuest. You had to print it out on paper, the MapQuest. Now you got GPS. 911, you got to get up. Now I put 911 on there, like I need you to call me like right now. My sister's like, girl, I have to find a phone booth. I'm in such and such. I'm like, where is that girl? Give me the address. Then you try to go find a library with a computer. Then you put in the address, distance from this, and then you print out the map quest. Okay, you turn right here. You looking at the paper. Oh my God. It just made us lazy now because motherfucker out with number 304. Oh my God, y'all. You know the stuff we had back in the day. I was like, if we had the technology we have now, I think the older generation would be in a lot of trouble. My sister said, shit, I'd be in so much trouble. And then you want to call your boyfriend and stuff or your girlfriend, like, damn. And then you go to somebody's house with a phone. And then you scared to leave. You at home, you scared to leave because you scared you're gonna miss a phone call. Then you tell the person at home, look, such a call me, let me know, beep. Ooh, we started finding out how to write a message with the numbers. Oh, then you couldn't tell us never when we had the phone with the web. And what was the name of that the web? I can't remember the name. We was able to do the wave, and then that line kept going back and forth. You waiting on it, like, come on, we need some internet. Oh my God, we got good. We got through it though. What else? The old, my cell phone was created. Shoot, we would have been Big Dime Nicole, y'all. I know Mr. J would have been in trouble. Sir Miguel, Kel Nation, y'all, we have been in some big trouble if we had some cell phones like we have now. God paid us. I tell you. Yeah, but it was another one too. It was Outlook, wasn't it? Was it Outlook or Lookout or Outlook? What was the name of that damn internet service? Remember Radio Shack had 1 penny for them. Oh my God. Yeah, and you had to find somewhere with a get the mail question you be at home. Like, now let me go and print out everything right now. You at home printing everything, and then you get a computer for the first time. Oh my God. It was crazy. Now they just got everything at the tip of the fingers. And my dad said, dude, he said, I remember, I used to can remember my numbers all the way back when I was young. I remember this and this. Now I can't even remember numbers. I said, Daddy, I don't even know your number. I got you up under Pops, Dad, and I have you on speed dial, and I just push one. I don't know your number. They were like, what's your dad's number? One. Oh my God. So let me see. Yeah, Netscape. Yeah, before Google. Yeah, Internet Explorer. Yes, yes. And then we had what was that? The thing that Geronda Pace and Bubba met. I wonder if I still have my name. Netscape should have stayed. Yeah, Next. Yeah, all of that. Then Google came in and what else? Google, Apple, they took over. MySpace. We had the MySpace and this how the music we was able to, see the artists because they had MySpace. We, all that stuff. Yeah, MySpace. What else? Some old. I'm trying to go back and remember. I know. Okay, Netscape, Internet Explorer. I wonder if they still have that. Let me look and see. I'm nosy. Netscape. I wonder if they still have it. It's Netscape Mail. Did anybody have Netscape Mail? I wonder if it's still up. Wait a minute. I don't think so. And MySpace, I was looking up MySpace and okay, that don't no, it doesn't exist anymore. And I still have my LOL. Let me push this and see. Oh, it ended. Okay, they said it ended. Okay. Oh, they have an account, like my account. Let me see. So okay, so Netscape is AOL, you guys. I have AOL. People laugh at me because I still have my Black Planet. Yeah, but it was too slow. It took 20, 30 minutes to get. Yes. Oh my God. I was like, when you try to get on the internet, that's why I was saying, I'm like, get on the internet so I can try to you're just sitting there just waiting. Yeah. People laugh at me when I have AOL. I still have my AOL account, my email. I really do. And people like, AOL to my, I ain't heard of that in a long time. Even who was that? Dr. Rice laughed at me. I said, stop laughing at my email. I was keeping my email. I still talking about the man said, he said, oh my God. He said, I didn't even know AOL still exists. I said, Stone Carol still is my America Online. There will be no. I don't care what nobody say. When I give them that, I'm gonna give you this one right here. It'll be easy to remember. I do too. I have Yahoo. I still have my emails. I'm like, I'm not up in my email. I'm keeping my emails. It's Texas Black Diamond One at yahoo.com. I was like, oh my God. Black Planet was the bomb. I used to stroll through there and see who I could see. Like, then they be lying like hell. They just lie. Then they want to meet you. I come to your house. Like, you ain't come to my damn house. And then with Hotmail. You Hotmail? You still got Hotmail? Hotmail. I remember. I think I still have Hotmail, but I don't use it though. Because when I go and look at some of my old papers and I see my email, I see Hotmail on them. I'm like, damn, that's Hotmail. Like, I wonder if I still can log on again. Oh my God. Okay. And so they just finally speed up, start putting towers everywhere. So just imagine how many of y'all be in big trouble if the technology we have now was back then when we was teenagers and coming up. I would have been in some trouble. I would have been in some damn trouble. I would have been. My sister said, "Girl, I would have been in big trouble." And I would. She said, and "I wouldn't give a damn because she didn't care. She would do stuff. She'll steal my grandma's car, and police stop and call my grandma to come get her, and she come in the house and act like she ain't did shit. Cause like my dad didn't spank us, we didn't get spanked. I don't know, for some reason I was just scared of my dad. I was afraid. I didn't want to disappoint my dad. I disappointed him when I got pregnant. He was very disappointed. I had my head down, so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show my daddy. I never asked my parents for anything. I got married young and everything, but I know my dad was very disappointed. But I was like, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him I'm responsible. I can do this. Time out, Kills fan haters. Open our own. Have our own internet. We need our own internet so we can have his music and stuff. And you got. I looked it up on Google. It popped up on my Google feed. Like you can download Robert's music for free. They try to get his music downloaded for free. I'm like, come on now, don't be trying to give these people his music for free to keep him from getting income. I would have been locked up. True be told, Sir Miguel, I'm telling you, I would have been in trouble. Hell, those maybe still exist. I might be in trouble. I know. Oh my God. I wish I could go back in and see the stuff that I put in them chat boxes and stuff. I was just, I like to talk mess. I know you would have been in big trouble scheme. And you able to call, yes, girl, I'm over here. I'm right here, girl. This is the address. And then it was easy. You didn't have to use all your gas trying to go around and find pay phones and print and libraries and machines and computers so you could print your damn um what's the map quest thing to get where you need to go. Be right there, just like they all over the place. And then you be like, girl, I found this new place, girl. I'm over here. Come on over here. I'll be like, okay, girl, I'm coming to put on my clothes. I am coming. I used to love to go out just to dance. I used to love to dance. I mean, when I said dance for hours and hours and dancing contests, I mean, that's something I used to do. I used to just go out to just dance and have fun. Dating was much easier. Yeah, dating was great. It was like it's scary now to date. Because when I separated from my ex-husband, I just was afraid to date. And here in Houston, and I'm trying to meet people online, or I met them through, when I was promoting and stuff like that. And the first thing they ask you is come to their house. Don't forget sidekick. But you know what? I think are you talking about a phone? Because I have that phone. When I show my face and come back on live, because I'm gonna try to come back on live so I can kick it with you guys before I have my operation. I'm gonna show you that phone because I have it upstairs now. You talking about the one that's sliding? You can tap on it, and then that's the first touch phone. So couldn't tell you nothing. You was able to touch the phone. Wasn't no such thing as catfishing, being people wouldn't talking to you unless you had multiple. Yeah, because matter of fact, I think was it Black Planet? It was I can't remember that dating site. You had to prove to them that you were the person before they allowed you to even go on there. I can't remember that site because I was trying to. I was like, I got frustrated. I'm like, that forget it. Like the last date, and it wasn't a date. I was getting ready to, and so the guy was like, where you want to go? What you want to eat? You asked me. Yeah, I have that one. It's blue and it's upstairs right now. And I was looking at it and I started laughing. It's blue, and you open it up. That was one of the first touchscreen phones, and then you can use the keyboard. And it was thick as hell. It's thick, a thick ass phone. I still have it. I'm trying to see if I have my other phone, like the flip phone. My dad, he will not up that flip phone. I'm like, we got him a phone with, take like picking like ours, a smartphone. And the man would not up that flip phone. I just laughed. I said, okay, Dad, I'm gonna find you a flip phone since you like I'll get you an up-to-date flip phone. He said, no, I like these kind of flip phones because they easy to be in your pocket and you can pull them out. I'm like, Daddy, the phone, they have phones that you can really work. And so he don't use the smartphone. Like only time when he use it, he said he can text quicker on it, but he used that flip phone. That was the first texting phone. Yep. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna keep the phone just for a souvenir. I'm gonna keep it for a souvenir. Like what else did we do? Like it was just the arcades. We used to have the arcades where you could play games. Now you have them on your phone, but you was able to get out and meet, you know, other people, like the other teenagers and stuff. And then they had a DJ, you danced, and everybody had fun. And you probably had a pushing match, like, or people talking against each other, but you were able to get out and enjoy yourself. And it wasn't all this craziness. And so, when did YouTube come out? How long? Let me see. When did YouTube come out? Then we ended up with YouTube. 2005. Hmm. They launched it in 2005. $1.6 million within 10 months. Wow. Within 10 months, Google, YouTube made 1.65 billion dollars. Wow. And that was in 2006. Oh wow. Hmm. Yes, arcade, Dave and Buster's. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I still have my original. Yeah, yeah, keep it. Keep the phone in just like I said I'm gonna keep it for like a keepsake. It is, memories. Like you look back, you look like, dang, I remember this. Yeah. So now it's just scary. Like, people are interacting online. And then I think they're getting ready, and I want to invest in this. I forgot the name of it, but I wrote it down. They're getting ready to create something like you put it over your eyes and you're actually at a party. You design yourself, make a picture of yourself, and you're actually at a party engaging with these people without leaving out. Not the Motorola. It's like having a Nokia. Yes. Oh my God. The Motorola's. I think I had one of those. What happened to that phone? They tell me, you trying to keep all this stuff, you need to throw it away. I'm like, no, they memories. Oh my God. Yeah. Does it still exist like Motorola? They still have those though, but they up to date now. But the iPhone just they took over, and I'm so mad because My little glam baby, she has an iPhone. I'm like, what's she gonna do with this iPhone? She up 1 o'clock in the morning sending me kisses. I love you, Gigi. I'm like, oh my God. She'll call me like they doing stuff to me. They're touching me. They're hitting me. Mommy won't let me watch TV. I wanted to watch this. I'm like, oh my God, let me call. Please let her watch TV. Boost Mobile, the only company that's still. Oh, okay, Boost Mobile. Cause I gotta look for me another phone. I'm clumsy. I'm always dropping my phone, and the color is not bright enough for me on this phone. So I have a what you call it, a V35, and I have a V10 Nokia. Yeah, don't forget that either. Oh Lord, look, we done became bougie. Like my dad, the flip phone, that's an old flip phone. It still work. He said, "How many phones y'all been through?" I said probably 100 phones, pop. And he said, "I still got my flip phone." I said, "Eventually it's gonna go out. You better write them numbers down." I'm like, put all your numbers in there and let it save it to Google. So I found him a phone, a flip phone, but it has internet. I said, this flip phone has internet. He didn't want the $800 flip phone. He's like, oh no, no, don't you pay that kind of money? I said, Daddy, I gotta get you a flip phone, an up to date flip phone. Like every time he pull that flip phone out, people laugh. People laugh at my daddy. He's like, oh my God, you have a flip phone? I said, he has a up to date phone. My dad, the flip phone. I found him a flip phone. I'm like, dang, this phone just. I said, Daddy, look at this phone. I can't take it no more. He would not update. He said, see, I can put in my pocket when I'm working. I slide in my pocket on there. It don't break. It don't. The glass still on. They came out with more razors. Yeah, the new one, and it's like a almost. I think is it still $1,000? Because I said when it go down again, I'm gonna go back and see how much they are. Once they go down, I'm gonna get my dad a new flip phone. Cause I gotta get rid of that flip phone. If I have to hide that phone from his ass, that phone is getting away break from him. Cause I'm sitting here pulling out that little tiny ass little flip phone. He gotta put on his glasses to see the numbers. I'm like, no. Okay, let's see. How much is that on flip phone? It's really nice. And then they have the flip phone that open up like as a book and you can twist it all these different ways. I'm like, dang. Okay, how much are you? That is crazy. These people want you to sign up with them to get the phone. So you get $800 off. It's $800? Y'all, that phone $800. No. My dad is not getting no $800 phone because I done bought him but for a tablet. He forgets it's in the trunk and he throw his tools in the trunk and he breaks the tablet. So my sister got him another tablet. I flip on like having a car phone. I know. Leave my pops alone. You ought to see it. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna tell my dad to take a picture of that flip phone and send it to me. I'll be like, Pops, take a. He gonna be like, you talking about my flip phone? I'm gonna tell my dad to take a picture of his flip phone and send it to me. I mean, see. I think that's the first flip phone that ever came out, and it still works. And I'm calling him on his flip phone. Oh my God. Look, I'm gonna transfer all his numbers into that phone, and I'm be like, look, it's a wrap. Put it in a Ziploc bag and keep it for keepsake. But this flip phone is retired, okay? I'm tired of people laughing when we go places. You pull that flip phone out, then you have to put your glasses on to push the numbers. I'm gonna go back and see my planet. Y'all remember that too? It wasn't my planet. Is the what was my planet? It was my planet. Was that a so my planet is Instagram now? Hmm. Well, let me get off here because I'm gonna take it all back to the old days. You better leave my daddy alone. When I get out the hospital, I'm gonna save up so I can give my daddy one of them. No, no, but something was my planet. This is something called my planet. Oh, Black Planet. Let me see if it still exists. My space is something different too. Because when I went on MySpace to see if I still had my account, it I I'm gonna go back and see if I can find my username. Because MySpace is totally different. Also, MySpace is what is this? Y'all, this is weird. It's like Twitter. Am I pushing the right stuff? A third party. I don't want to deal with no third party. Mm-mm. Oh my God, I lost y'all. Where y'all at? Okay, I hear the music. I can't find you guys. Okay, I lost y'all. That's why we stand so damn cool. Clubbing after our barkeepers looking down to this space. My dad had a flip, have a flip phone. So we push from the booth walk over. Who you see it? What? It's not a flip phone. That's what I'm saying. Like I found him a newer flip phone. I was trying to put all the numbers in. I was so tired. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired putting these numbers in. I said, see, if you had a smartphone, all you had to do is just get everything and it would have merged everything over to the new phone. So now we gotta put all this stuff in here manually. Yeah, the bars, girl, I used to, and then we used to walk the streets. It was fun to walk the streets. And you met up with other people and you go to their houses and then everybody meet up at the house and like a hangout. Then they started playing music. Y'all remember we used to have a cassette tape and listen to the radio and we record and when the commercial come on we push pause and that's how we got our music. I miss those days. We look back and when we were that age it was like a messed up situation, but now when you look at today's world you appreciate the stuff that happened back then, and it was fun, it was safe, and everybody was able to enjoy their youth, you know. But it's 8:30. I'm over an hour and 30 minutes. I really had fun with you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. What I'm gonna do is come in and start. You still got your tape? Oh, the radio, especially like, oh, when they start. Oh, I was like, oh my God, that's my song. You be talking. As soon when they play that, you run and you push the thing off pause and And then you couldn't. Then once the cassette tape was in the car, you could play it in the car. You couldn't tell me nothing when I started. When I had when I could able to play the cassette tapes in the car. Oh my god, that was the bomb. That was the bomb. We work for our fun, you know. Like right now, you know, if you want to do something just like that, we created fun. We was able to create, you know, get out and kick it, and you know, and I say fellowship with people. So we created that fun. I remember radio was breaking new songs. Yeah, it was. And then when Robert came out, I think I was at a I was at the arcade. And oh my God, when he first came out, like everywhere you went, this all you would hear was R. Kelly and the public announcements, the slow jam and all that. I was like, oh my God, I love that song. Who is that? DJ. I was like, oh my God. Hey, Mr. Cheese. I was this like everywhere. They had to play some R. Kelly. Keith Sweat, all them, you know, the music had it going on back in the days. I don't know what they playing now. My sister, I just don't even listen to the radio no more. She like these people getting on my nerve with this music that they got. Hmm. Who used to wear they pants? You remember like when you wanted the tight leg pants and you like I think you fold it and then you roll it a little bit, like you roll it up 2 times. I remember the boys used to do that back in the day. They used to do that. I used to like to wear those little cheerleading skirts on the midnight storm. They would play. Oh yeah, yeah. Mm. And what's that? And Keith Sweat when he had his I think Sweat still had got his radio station. Quiet Storm. Y'all remember that one? I used to wait for the Quiet Storm because that's when they get ready. I used to have a cassette for rap, hip hop, and then my slow jam. And so when R. Kelly, I was waiting. I'm like, damn, is he gonna play R. Kelly? Is he gonna play it? Because I had to get it in record it. And we used to blow that tape up till we had to redo it because you play it over and over and over again and over again, and then your cassette tape thing messed up and it pulled the stuff out, and so you trying to rewind it back in and fix it, or you go in and cut it. You remember you had to cut it and then like put some tape because you work hard trying to make you a cassette tape, and then and it snap. And then you go in and you try to cut it, and then you put some kind of tape right there so you can play it, and then you get your finger put it in the Oh my God, those was the days. Oh my God. And then they was talking about McDonald's. Teenagers were hanging out at McDonald's. I don't remember hanging out at Mickey D's. I remember going get some food and we go. But hanging out, like teenagers hanging out at Mickey D's, I don't remember that. I remember getting my food and going to the arcade or going to the bowling alley or the skating ring. Y'all remember the outdoor theater when you sitting in your car watching movies and stuff? You can't do that now. Because you be scared somebody gonna walk up and try to rob you or shoot you and stuff like that. It was fun, and then you car hopping, like everybody meet up at the drive through theater. That was really fun. That was really fun. Shit, nowadays, hell, you can't even look at the movie. You can't concentrate the movie. You look around trying to see if somebody go carjack you or jump in your car. Those was the days. Mm-hmm. Those were the days. But I'm gonna go. Anything y'all wanna update me on, because I try to look every now and then. I think Miss Tracy, she read something, yeah, about the land fairs, and I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. So she was drinking that drink, and it was yellow. I said, I guess she gonna name it piss on me, driving, yelling, moving. Moving the theater expensive hell. Shit, when I took my glam baby, and we was sitting there, and I know I spent a good $100 because I had to have my Grand Marnier. Like we spent the burgers like $10, the drinks $5, and then they went to the zoo $10 damn. Girl, yeah, did you ever make meals in the? Let me see. Yes. hmm And then back then, like you couldn't. Well, like when I went to visit my mom, a lot of the girls used to wear weed, and like I didn't know about weed. And so when I came to the South and to visit my mom and get to know everybody, like they didn't have glue. They couldn't afford like hair glue, or it wasn't a hair supply store. They didn't have hair supply stores like that. Like so, they used to try to get like bobby pins and stuff and stick the weave in their head, and then we'd be at the club, damn weave fall out. I'm like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I used to have a curl. How many used to have a curl? My grandma, when my dad had to fight overseas, we had a curl because she didn't know how to do our hair. We had the damn greasy ass curl, and then we have to sleep with a plastic bag over our um, head at night, and it was just wet. You wake up, your the hair water and grease all up in the bag, and your head just greasy. Yes, I had a damn Jerry curl. It was long though. My grandma didn't know how to do our hair. So my dad came back, was like, "Can we please get a relaxer?" I was like, "You can't get no relaxer. You got a curl." But we got the relaxer anyway. I had yeah, we had the tilt Savage, but my curl was the bomb. I think it was, what's it called? Hawaiian Silky. What's it, Hawaiian Silky? Put the glue in your hand, let it dry, peel it like some skin. Yep. That was fun. Follow, follow the drip. Yep. And a lot of people had curls back then. They were trying to be like what was the group that had the curl? You had a Jerry curl too. Down my back middleweight. Yeah. And then when they had cut, you remember when they cut the top real short, and then you let the back part hang long. I hate that damn thing. Don't be outside in the summertime. I know. Look, if you need some grease, you can rub your hand. I remember my sister, she said, "Oh, I forgot to put some lotion on my legs." And the girl, my sister rubbed her curl. Was it S curl? I think it was Hawaiian silk. I think my grandma, and it used to burn. That shit used to burn. You just on fire. You on fire, like, okay, I'm on fire. And so then the lady was like, "No, y'all can't put no." I'm like, I need my relaxer because I'm sick of this curl. People peel. Yes. You have to put a towel on the pillows at night. And then I sleep so bad, my damn bag on one side, and it's dripped all of the thing. And then you better not wear no nice clothes because you got grease all on your clothes. Mm-mm. I'm like, I'm telling we couldn't call my dad. So when he finally came home, I said, I want this curl off because it's messing up everything. It's messing up my clothes, Dad. Like, please. So he got us yep, Hawaiian silky. And then you know the S curl spray. Matter of fact, they still have S curl spray. You spray the S curl, and what's that other stuff? The activator. Oh my God! And my grandma used to get the activator and put the activator on our hair. Oh Jesus Christ! It be so much activator. You gotta keep this on there because your curls don't dry up. And run out of activator, you got this nappy afro. This nappy damn afro. Okay? I was like, I was so happy my dad came back home. Yeah, you used to roll our hair with paper bag. Oh girl, no. How did that happen? Yes, the curl activated. It was greasy. Oh my God. It was so damn greasy. And it just stick to your damn hair. Just gooey. The good old days. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Jesus Christ. And then we used to wear the overalls was in style, and I used to love my boots, the ankle boots and the overalls, and then you had your cross color, and then you take one, you just only scrap one, and you let the other scrap hang from the back, and you didn't want them to fit, you want them to be baggy, and then you wear your little short top shirt. Cause I thought I was fine back then. They used to call me Buffalo, but I thought I was girl. I thought I was a bum. But the one thing we did, we dressed. Like my dad used to send us some clothes. And I remember like my mom, she like her siblings, kids, they were poor and they didn't have like nice clothes that we had. And I remember my mom took our clothes and she let them wear them and they looking good in our Jordache jeans. Y'all remember them Jordache jeans? My cousin wearing my Jordache jeans and stuff, and then my mama gonna put me on this go-go dress, like trying to punish us. Like you can't get mad at us because my dad is sending us nice things. So like we made that phone call, like, we better come home. I bet Angelo had a curl. My stepmom birthed his curl trying to. Oh my, no, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I had some my hair it was thick and curly, y'all. My hair done started shedding so bad, but thank God it's thick where it don't look bald. But I know, like, I lost a lot of hair, so I'm like, I'm like, it was so hot. Like, I'm so tired of my curl. You want that perfect curl. So I said, I'm gonna try me some curl activator. So I put that curl activator on my hair. And I told my daughter, I said, put this, because I'm tired of my curls messing up, because we use the mousse and stuff for our curls now. So we go to my son's college because it was his birthday and we were trying to surprise him. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. And I'm like, I lit the candle, I'm like, happy birthday. Like I see some smoke in my hair was on fire. I'm like, oh my God. And we was on live. Oh my, I was like, oh my God, my sister said, girl, you know damn well you can't wear no Jerry Curl juice spray and be around fire. I was so ashamed. I was like, yo, it still stink. It still stink. And I'm like, it just burnt a patch of my hair, just like whoosh. And you can hear it on when I come back, I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on one of these videos. And I'm gonna have Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. Oh my God. I was so ashamed. I'm like, happy birthday. They said, whoosh. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers sit up in my whole fight, won't even trying to help me. I'm trying to hold on to the cake and get the fire out my hair. They just look. It was smoked up in the dorm. The whole dorm was smoked up, still smelling like burnt hair. I'm like, oh my god. I said, y'all bastards, it could have burned my face. I could have been another Michael Jackson. Oh my god, I was so happy. I was like, I am so glad I had some thick hair. Cause at one side, I was like, oh my god, y'all. I'm like, and my daughter's like, Mama, it can be a bang. It can be a bang. I'm like, shut the hell up, cause y'all knew my hair was on fire and y'all wouldn't see it. Cause I'm trying to hold the cake and the phone. I'm like, I'm telling y'all to get the phone. Them counters just blew it. I was so, oh my god, it was on live too. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my god, my head is on fire. My client still said that I should have my own show with my family. Everybody, he was like, I should have my own show because we always do some crazy, stupid stuff. I swear to y'all, we always did crazy, stupid stuff all the time. I'm gonna see. It was my son's birthday, and I'm gonna post it on there. That's the crazy stuff I go through. And then my sister, I never rode a bus, and my sister was like, "Girl, you can ride the bus. It's gonna be fine. It's all right." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to ride the bus." Jesus Christ, that was a nightmare. That was the biggest nightmare ever. So I was like, I would never ever ride a bus ever again. Never. Oh my God, it's been 7 years, you guys. After Richard Pryor got his career, he decided to smoke crack and how he got turned on. This really, you're okay. So I remember that. I remember, and that's how Richard Pryor, because his hands and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can find it on YouTube. I have to. Richard Pryor, hair on fire. Yeah, this is he'll talk about his burnt up. Richard Pryor set himself on fire. Oh my God, he was messed up, wasn't he? Richard Pryor make emotional return after setting himself on fire. Okay, let's see.
This is a check from Audible. This is a check from Audible. This is a check from Audible. Let me explain what this.
Let me see if I can see it. I wonder if let me see it.
This gentleman, you all know, it's hard to. First of all, we're all extremely glad that he is here tonight. He is an extremely talented man, and one thing you can say about Richard Pryor, he is a survivor. And when he is on, I don't think there's anybody who is funnier or more inventive than Richard Pryor. And we're just delighted he is here tonight. Would you welcome Richard?
Oh Lord, his hollow skin. Look at that.
mean it.
He burnt himself that bad, y'all. He set himself on fire on TV after watching some TV show. He was behind his head. I remember that. Hello, my sister.
And also, I probably should mention the first black admiral in the United States Navy. Welcome back to the world, friend. They all mean it, you know. I don't know where to start. First of all, how you feel?
I feel
Don't do that thing. I was. When you walked in, I wanted to go, and I really wanted to put my arms back in. As soon as I did it, I said, "My God, he could be in terrible pain, and he won't say anything."
People, I went out to a nightclub here in LA one time, and people beat me to death. I mean,
See you back. You don't need that.
Oh, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you very much.
We're happy to have you here. Yeah, how long ago was it? I mean, I'm trying to get the date.
17 years.
Since the accident? It must seem like 17 years sometimes.
That's a long time ago.
You know, I was surprised that actually it was very, very touch and go. There's no secret about it. That when the reports came out in the paper, they were very apprehensive whether you were gonna make it.
I watched myself on TV. They said I was gonna die. I had a TV in my room, and I hit the button, and I turned it on, and they said, "Richard Pryor's dying."
That ain't the happy news, is it? You want to hear?
I said, "Oh my God." I hope I die before 11 o'clock.
Don't need that again, huh?
It was something. I was in the hospital. It was funny. When I got to the hospital, I damn near ran to the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that seriously I have Olympic records coming. Because I was running so fast, I ended up running with myself. I was actually running beside myself. I'm like, pace. I was trying to get help.
Yeah.
And I got to the hospital, and I was just hysterical. You know, you get what they call shock.
Yeah.
And I was in shock. The doctor grabbed me. "Do you know who I am?" "No, I'm Dr. Grossman. I'm the best. Don't worry." And steam was coming off my body.
And he's giving you credit.
Yes, I said, "Don't worry. Yes, it's fine. Just please." And I couldn't take nothing for the pain, you know. For about 5 weeks, I was in the hospital. And finally, one day, a nurse said to me, "Why don't you ask for something for the pain?" I said, "What?" He said, "All you have to do is ask." I said, "Wait a minute, man. I've been here 5 weeks talking about ooh and ah, and all I had to do was ask." They said, "Yeah, and I had them shoot me up for 6 more weeks." And I want to say something. You know, people say a lot of things about life. Life is important, because when that fire jumped on my, all I could think about was life. I screamed for God, Son of God, Mother of God, everyone. I was trying all religious symbols I could think of. I was trying to call, you know what I mean? I didn't call Bank of America once. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, man.
I really am happy to be here with you. Discussing.
I know you do.
How you doing, man? Thank you.
I called you a couple of times over there to see how you were
Yeah, man. I
left little messages.
You was going to friends.
Yeah.
You were talking to me on the phone.
Yeah.
And I said, "Thank you for the nice things you said about me, John." You said, "Didn't mean a word."
Is he gonna say what happened? Yeah, you ran his ass down the street. Okay. For real though, he ran. They are ready for God to lock it down in the demon. Thank for standing with our brother Don Russell. And of course, I'm gonna always stand with him. I pray for him, and I'm praying for both of them hard. And I hope They find this child. He says so. Um, I text him how is he doing, how things went today. He says so. Uh, I wish he can give me details, but I guess because he's the defendant, he can't really call and tell me a lot. Is he gonna say what happened to him actually, or he just are they gonna talk about what happened or what? Because I'm really curious. I didn't know that he set himself on fire. I don't remember anyway. Dang, look, everybody, them Jerry curls was off the chain. Let me see.
Did they ever send you the telegram? Because when you were in there, they had the fight, the Duran
yes.
fight. And Marlon Brando was kind enough to send over, I guess, a closed circuit thing so you could watch the fight. So I sent him a message. I said, you couldn't come to the phone, and I said, tell Richie that the only reason Brando sent over the TV was that Marlon thinks you're an Indian. Didn't get that one, huh?
You know what, though? That fight was wonderful.
Yeah.
See, I won money on that fight. I won about $1.50.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I knew Duran's just nasty.
Yeah,
Did you see Tommy Hearn fight?
Okay, I guess I ain't gonna talk about it. I wanted to know. I want to see what he. I didn't like the response. What you mean? You didn't like the response? What response? This is a whole document on Richard Pryor. Very good. What on what? I'm gonna look at that tonight. You know what? I'm gonna burn my pizza talking to y'all. I can't smell. I don't have a smell. I bet the pizza is crispy. Oh my God, y'all, my pizza is flat. I'm gonna still eat this first pizza. I have no smell still. Oh my God. And I be forgetting stuff. It's burnt. Oh, oh my God. Like a cracker. Mm. My pizza is burnt. What response? Need some more? Well, you don't like the response. Oh, you don't like his response. I mean, this is the first day. So he says so. We gotta remember Robert's trial is coming up, and they want to do everything to make Robert look bad. So they're gonna fight hard to try to get done the jurors to vote guilty, just so they can make it look good for what Rashonda Landfair and everybody's saying. So you gotta remember that. So of course Don is gonna have a fight on his hand, but at least Don, and I'll say this here, he believed in himself and what he stood for, and he's fighting. He didn't bail out. He didn't cop out. He didn't tuck his tail. He's fighting it, and he's fighting it like a man. He ain't snitched on nobody. He didn't. Everybody said he was gonna snitch, and I said we shall see. And that man is in going through his trial right now. They did the jury picked yesterday and today remark opening is it opening remarks. I still don't trust none of the people. None of what people? You don't still trust who? Just don't trust anyone. But I'm praying for him because people sit here and they want to see this man go to jail. And for them to want to see him go to jail, you want to see Robert go to jail because Don Russell being acquitted is a big key into okay. See, this man was innocent. He didn't do the stuff that they said he did, just like that Mason guy. They tried to use that Mason guy. Y'all see, it just disappeared. They put it out there in the world of mainstream media to taint with the potential jurors, and that's exactly what they're doing. They did what they needed to do. You see, they don't talk about Michael Williams anymore. They just say this man, Michael Williams, somebody that know R. Kelly tried to blow up a car, and he don't even know him. And they use these three men as a decoy. Done a stand up guy. If anybody telling this cash, they got her as a. I'm trying to. I really feel I really feel that Cash Jones, and this is my opinion, I said it before, Cash Jones, they did a immunity for Cash Jones to try to get up there and get done locked up. And if that girl do that, she is dirty as hell. She said she for Robert and he didn't do nothing wrong. And for her to get up there and try to get him locked up, that is dead wrong. I'm that's why I'm just sitting, I'm waiting. I want to ask him, hold on. Yeah, Ooh, it's a shame. I just like with Robert, I was just like one of the mothers. You know how the mother just sit there and they just be praying and they just scared and just don't know what's going on. It's in the paperwork. Co-conspirator, so she can tell, no doubt. Oh shit, I gotta go back and read this paperwork. Hell, I owe Pacers $54. I ain't paid them. They be sending me a letter. I'm like, I'm gonna give it to you. Shit, I got surgeries and operations and stuff. You gonna get your money. That's why I'm going there looking for those paperwork now. Cause I'm like, shoot, when I seen that 200 some dollars for that paperwork, I'm like, oh hell no. Oh hell no, they eat me up. No one should ask themselves, why is it that only done trial when he just came around? Wow. Because he's a decoy. Yeah. So it's in the paperwork. It's all about all of us standing by him when. Oh, you saying Robert's court date? I think it's August the 1st. Robert's court date and I wish, but see, Chaos Nation, I have cancer that has to be removed. So my operation is gonna be August the 10th, and then I got all these appointments like every day. I got doctor appointment every day, and I really wanted to be there. And I just really wanted to hoping, a bunch of people be there, free R. Kelly, and let people know that he got support, and just storm the damn court, like, full of supporters. It's August the 15th. Because don't something's on the August the 1st. Is it the juror pick, or what they doing August the 1st? Because I know it's a date for August the 1st. Because I know Robert's trial was supposed to be before Dunn's. I know what I'm saying. August the 1st. What is August the 1st? Is it a hearing? This August 1st. She needs to bring that book and blow the government out the water when she showed the government in the lifetime. Oh Lord. Yeah, y'all gotta keep me updated. You know, you know, because I'm going through a lot, and I try not to show it, but you know, my psychiatrist was telling me to who calling me? Oh, my sister. My psychiatrist, I'm gonna call her, but my psychiatrist told me I need to really, really stay calm. Do they let you in court? They'll probably do like they did before Chaos Nation. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do their best to try to limit his supporters. I just hope they show up outside at least, and chant. And I really truly wish they play his inspirational music, because like a lot of people just know him as feeling on your booty and ignition. But I just really think they should play those songs like Peace. Play the song Peace, and how did I manage, and healing, and and stuff like that. I could make the world dance. No, it's not. They forgot they just don't care. Remember, the earth is the devil playground, and the land of the free will, and choose their choice of evil. These, yeah, you can look at it now and just tell that there's so much demonicness going on this earth. So much hate and envy and jealousy, and it's ridiculous. And my sister was asking my dad, like, why you always smiling? It's like I just prayed, like, I'm like, because I'm like, God, please keep a man like that in my life forever. And I just pray, I pray, and I be so scared, like, y'all, I be so paranoid now. And I just want God to keep my dad in my life, because he just this happy go lucky person. And don't you know, like, the people messed up my car at the dealership, and I paid this money, and it just something happened, and I freaked out. So my dad came all the way here just to fix my freaking car. But he always keeps this. He's just calm and peaceful and happy go lucky, and I told him I'm blessed to have his side in me, but I'm also happy to have my mom, because my mom don't take no mess. But it's this world just so full of demonicness. Like, everywhere you go, you got parents stabbing their babies and their kids, and it's like people freaking out, and just people going crazy. It's not like it used to be. That's why I started talking about the old days. Like, you know, everybody out fellowship and having fun, and I remember it wasn't like a fight. People used to dance, like have a dance contest and stuff like that, to see who the best. And that's how they, that's what That was their fight. It wasn't no fight, man. People doing stuff to harm themselves. Please shut up. That's what they need to hear. We've been nice long enough. I'm just saying, for people need to hear the good side of Robert, because everything now, Mr. J, is just the evilness, like evil. Like they're trying to play him as evil, and all it is talking about his sex life, sex, sex that the majority of the world is doing, having sex. And I'm over Rashonda because they there was 2008 stuff and people coming to my asking me, uh, what if it was your 14-year-old daughter? Or, I'm like, go ask them. Because if all of this happened, they gave consent, and then you come out when you broke, bankrupt, and then all of a sudden you come out, they giving you y'all these sweet deals, and y'all gonna have 5 minutes of fame, then y'all gonna be really good. I don't think he can tell me. Man, I wish somebody was there to keep me. So what is she doing now, Mr. J? Because I haven't been keeping up with Asriel. What she's doing? Am I blocked? Doing these people, they probably blocked me, child. Justice for RK, she be going. Okay, at least 30 other. Okay, this is what I want to see. Jury selects the trial for RK associate Don Russell heating up at least 30 of 80 in pools that they can't be fair. Oh my God. Several jurors that RK is a predator. Anyone associated with him is horrible, horrible person. Oh my God, this is a mess. Jericho has this one went out of the way to paint R. Kelly in a nigga. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I'm getting so frustrated. Family say includes oh wow, did y'all hear that? Okay, I'm finna pull it up. Oh, you so nosy. Jeez, I am praying for him. It's not gonna be a fair fight for Dunn, because now they saying they looking at, oh my God. Whew. Jury selection for the trial of, they saying associate heating up at least 30 of 80 in the pool says they can't be fair. The juror said that R. Kelly is a predator and anyone associated with him is a horrible person. Yes. Whew. Okay. So causes December 4th, defendant using the time exclusive property document with the attempt to file a form for any disadvantage. The defendant using it on the for the email to power this person said the Cash Jones the co-conspirator. So why we don't see anything on Cash Jones? Arrest for criminal crime with information content. Patients and feelings of the see, I don't know. I have to come on just a let's see. Defendant user email account and I think Cash Jones kept on keeping to everybody. She was going dumb boy too for help and justice. Pop to the show in the chart. This is real. So, I think Cash Jones. I said that. I said that because she's killing. I saw this too many times. That's what I'm saying. I I even warned. I warned Don. I said if you got any information on Cash Jones, you better make sure you keep it. I said because I hear that Cash Jones is gonna testify against you. They giving her immunity. That's why Cash Jones. This he can't bitch. He couldn't say Cash Jones' name to me. So I figured that out. I'm like Cash Jones ass because she was part of her cousin's mess because her name was mentioned. And Cash Jones, she the one said when I put out Lifetime of Lies. Cash Jones said when I put out Lifetime of Lies. She didn't say when Dawn put out Lifetime of Lies. She said when I put out Lifetime of Lies. And you don't see nothing popped up about Cash Jones being arrested. So I bet you Cash Jones got immunity, and she's gonna try to put everything on Dawn. And I hope Dawn. And I said this way before everything went down. I was like you. I felt like the government to when they kidnapped when they arrested all Dawn's devices and stuff. I was like, I hope you got bag up because I don't trust them people. They can delete the key stuff that you need out of your phone and wipe this stuff out. Cause they had it for a long time and he was like, y'all gonna give me some money to buy me another phone. And she was there she went there. Oof. This ain't shit next to you when the work against you. Be cold. Man, boy, these black folks, my oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Mm, 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 mm. Well, she says when she put out Surviving Lives, I think she did was the one that supposed to be. doing it. They trying to say that Dawn put it up there, but she the one said she put it up there. They trying to get Dawn for putting, but they said Facebook took it down. She the one said that. And I hope he get. If she try to go up there and do all that stuff, I hope he got every video that she was up there running her mouth. That's why she went hush mouth. That'll be dirty as hell because if she testified to try to bring him down, she trying to bring Robert down too. Because then they're gonna like, okay, that's true that Robert had him do this stuff. But all these people that's trying to get other people in trouble and they trying to help Robert or trying to shut them down, they right there tell you that they are not for Robert. These are some evil people on this internet, evil and demonic. I'm 3 hours in, you guys. God bless you. I'll try to come on tomorrow if I'm feeling well. I gotta go try to find me something else to eat since I burnt my pizza. Because I still don't have my smell, so I can't even smell anything. I didn't even smell a pizza. But peace and blessings to you guys. Um, my email is strolling down there. It's the funny part. What is actually Floyd with? Because they ain't mentioned social media in the newspaper. That's what I was trying to see. It's like they did what they needed to do, and that was to put that stuff out there to make Robert look bad, right? And usually they report on stuff like this, and I don't see it. It's frustrating me to try to and greed and stupid ignorant ass people trying to get these people locked up. It's stupid. This man got a child too. A young son. People don't give a shit. This is stupid. I'm trying to look it up. Y'all give me time. I'm trying to see what information I can find on Don. Because I don't know if he can give me any information because they still in court and I don't want to cause any problems. Yeah. And see if they got over, then they say over 30 right now saying they can't be fair. If they need they that need to be thrown out because he's not going to have a fair fight. These people actually saying that they're not going to be fair, and they're the same people, and so you know it's not going to be fair. Something just not clicking here. Now something's not clicking. Let me see if I can. I know I'm not to put R. Kelly. A lot of them. Oh, nothing. I don't see anything. And just show you about our black newspapers. Essence. Now these boys was indicted a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And so now Essence 5 days ago, gonna put up an article about these three men harassing victims, and this is our black magazine. 5 days, and this is old. So that right there tell you that right there tell you about our black people. I'm finna get out here because I'm getting agitated. Because if they sitting up there and it's like 30 right now, so the trial, so I don't think the trial started yet. Because if they still fighting, trying to pick jurors, and these jurors talking like that, this man ain't gonna have a fair fight. Yes, they need to throw that shit. That man is not gonna have a fair fight. Another brother from the other side is down is talking a plea. I said, he talking to plea. These people are picking out jurors. He said he ready to fight. I mean, if people do plea in the middle of uh you know this right here before his trial, and so are these people doing it to make Don plea? Is this a setup to have these people to say that so he can plead? Because these people really saying how they feel right now. So do they need to move this man trial somewhere else? Yeah, move it to Louisiana. Yeah. A lot of them people don't know what's going on with this case. I'm gonna let y'all hear my piece so I can get off this subject before I get mad. Let me let y'all hear this piece. Y'all hear it? Oh my God. It's all on my piece is like a cracker. Hungry. Let me go on Twitter and see what else I can find if I can get on here. What? The line for this one has about this time. I understand that you know how to think. Thank you, baby. Mm-mm. I know Don said they doing jewelry pick Monday. So he said the trial might start Tuesday, but he said it's supposed to last a week. But if they going through this here, they're gonna have hell trusting jurors. Mm-mm-mm. I hope Don looking like the nerd he was back then when he was younger. I'll be up there looking like a total nerd. Like, Don big and black and bald headed too. They be like, yeah, he look like a bouncer. Yeah. No, they still picking out jurors. But I know he told me that they probably been picking them out and Monday. Mhm. Let me see. Let me go on Twitter. What was the man name? Insider or something. Mm-hmm. Mr. JB up in here representing. Mm-hmm. me find it. Oh, y'all forgot the man's name already. It's an insider or something like that. Okay, there he is. Hefner Presley. What else you got to tell us? Um, oh, he talking about the Boski too. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Let me pull this up. Okay, wait a minute. Um, so the Boski, his arraignment is tomorrow. Oh, this is too much, y'all. Countdown. A social done jury has selected after question after next week sleep and feeling about police. Russell won't call me daddy. Text directed. What the hell he talking about? This was 5 hours ago. Let me pull this up, y'all, cause hell, I forgot where I put my glasses. That blogger, idiot. That man told me he's fighting. He said I'm taking it all the way to Texas. He said, cause what they did to me, he said that was dirty. He said I'm gonna fight. I'm praying for you, brother. Okay, taking a plea. They said no. She said Dawn supposed to be taking a plea. Was the judge over the Chicago case? I'm gonna pull him up. I did a video about that judge. I'm gonna have to find it, but I'll pull it up in a minute to see. I'm trying to see what this man talking about here. I guess I'm gonna have to come on here with him see what the hell is going on, cause hell ain't nobody reporting it for him. Okay. And he's trying to be from Chicago. He's trying to keep all this shit mess ass, but I need to know the information. So let me go back up. Now, R. Kelly Association has jury selection after question. Do I push this? Oh, they got a lot of shit. What the hell? Oh, so they talking about is this the jurors they talking about? God. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna let this thing read it. Oh Lord. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Who talking about call them daddy?
R. Kelly associate Don Russell has jury selected after questions about Netflix and feelings about police by Matthew Russell Lee Patreon song podcast song to BBC The Crypt blog thread. Source trial SDNY Courthouse July 19 after the conviction and sentencing of R. Kelly in the Eastern District of New York. On July 18th, jury selection became for the trial of his associate Donald Russell for threats to try to stop the screening of the documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, as with the EDNY trial below. But in more detail, Inner City Press Live tweeted the second and last day, first day here, of jury selection here. Okay. In trial against #R. Kelly associate Donald Russell for making gun threat to try to stop lifetime media screening of surviving R. Kelly, jury selection continues day 2. Judge Cardiff. The defendant Donald Russell is charged with making an interstate threat. According to the government, Mr. Russell was the manager for R. Kelly and conspired or agreed to convey threats to those attending to the December 4, 2018 screening. Judge Cardiff. Mr. Russell has pleaded not guilty, that's why we're having a trial. He's presumed innocent. The U.S. must prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. This will be a short trial once we get started. A week or less. We'll begin with follow-up questions. Judge Cardiff, I'll call you up to the bench based on your answers to the questionnaire. The first to come up is juror number 2, same number as yesterday. We are voluntarily not publishing the name. Please come up. Yesterday, of jury number 2, Judge Cardiff said jury 2 says his friends have talked about surviving R. Kelly, but he can be fair. I'd say he should continue in voir dire. Now there is questioning, but it cannot be heard. This threat may go dormant for a while this sidebar questioning for jurors takes place. One note for those replying that Don Russell was not R. Kelly's manager. This reports what takes place and is said in the courtroom. Judge quoted DOJ complaint says Russell, then manager for #R. Kelly. Maybe Don Russell's lawyer Michael Friedman will say he wasn't the manager. Unclear for now if they'll finish picking the jury and get to opening arguments today. Watch this feed. Okay, now Judge Cardiff is asking questions to the group of prospective jurors and here as a group. Judge Cardiff, are any of you lawyers or studying law? One juror says yes, but he can be fair. Another is majoring in criminal justice at Berkeley, could be fair. 3 juror says that 50 years ago he studied law for 1 year. Judge Cardiff, I guess it didn't go well. Laughs. Can be fair. A fourth went to Brooklyn Law School. Can be fair. Judge Cardiff, what type of clients do you have in communications? High profile. A fifth juror is an NYPD police officer for 4.5 years.
What?
Judge Cardiff, what if NYPD testifies? Would you evaluate them like anyone else? Yes, but I don't think I would be a great choice. As a police officer, Judge Cardiff, search your conscience. After a long sidebar discussion, press couldn't hear. The NYPD officer is excused. Will not be a juror. Now another prospective juror says he's a civilian employee of the Yonkers PD. Says he can be impartial. Another says her grandfather was a corporate lawyer. Yet another says his father was a lawyer in general practice. Another describes himself as corporate litigator for financial institutions, some under criminal investigation. A female juror says, my husband is a lawyer, unfortunately. Other jurors laugh. Judge Cardiff has given jurors a lunch break. Once they leave, he tells the lawyers there will be no testimony today and probably not the open arguments either, unfortunately. If it starts today, we'll be here. Tomorrow too, with a new thread. Watch this feed. Judge Cardiff questioning continues. I expect the government will offer evidence obtained from social media platforms. Does anyone feel strongly about that? No prospective juror says yes. Judge Cardiff, has anyone formed an opinion that these charged crimes should not in fact be prosecuted? No answers. That completes the general questioning. Now, a few questions for each, not to pry, but to help the lawyers pick a jury. Judge Cardiff, I'll ask your county of residence, education, your employment and that of your immediate family, prior jury service, and about your reading and viewing habits and hobbies. Juror 1 works for state corrections. Never served on a jury. Juror 2 lives in the Bronx. He's 28. Likes hanging with his friends. Next juror lives in Manhattan. He's retired. Next lives in the Bronx. Never on a jury. Next lives in Manhattan. Technical degree. Works for an insurance company. Likes to read romance novels. Next juror lives in Manhattan. Has a doctorate in art history. Reads the New York Times and art magazines.
Oh, New
Like
York
PBS,
Times.
sailing, art, obviously. Next juror also lives in Manhattan. She's 28. BA in finance, works at Morgan Stanley. Before that was at Goldman Sachs. Next juror lives in Manhattan. English literature. Works at Simon & Schuster. Was previously on a criminal jury as an alternate. Next juror lives in Manhattan for 24 years. He's 57. He has a JD, Juris Doctor. Works in a law firm on construction litigation. Next juror lives in the Bronx. She's studying criminal justice. Next juror lives in Manhattan for 44 years. He's 66. BA in music. Teaches voice in a musical theater program. Reads the New York Times. Likes Breaking Bad. Rides his bike and does puzzles. Next juror lives in Westchester. He's 63 with a BS. His wife's a dentist. Son works at the United Way. Likes mystery books and old movies. Next juror in Manhattan for 19 years. He's 47. He has a PhD. Professor at Brooklyn College, organic chemistry. Next juror lives in Manhattan for 20 years. He's 72. Bachelor's degree. Semi-retired. Was in import-export. He likes Netflix, likes Law and Order. Judge Gardiff, it's just like this, isn't it? Laughs. Next juror has roommates. One works in the mayor's office. Likes Netflix and Law and Order, specifies SVU. Next juror lives in Manhattan for 34 years. She's 57. She studied financial accounting. She's an equity research analyst at Goldman Sachs. The juror, when asked, "What do you like to do?" says, "Sleep." Judge Gardiff laughs and says the importance of sleep cannot be overestimated. Next juror does PR for people in litigation. Uses Twitter, like sports and the entertainment industry. On TV, The West Wing. Next juror lives in the Bronx. Is an NYPD police officer. Next juror also lives in the Bronx for 21 years. He's 48. His wife is a nurse's aide. Like the Mail online and the TV show 48 Hours. Likes hanging about with his kids. The juror says she likes the Yankees. Judge Gardiff says, "Well, the Yankees are going well. We can all be grateful for that." Next juror is an accountant. His wife works at a pharmaceutical company. Next juror lives in Westchester, works for an investment firm. Next juror is a law professor, teaches professional responsibility. Reads the New York Times, like Criminal Minds, but does not like Bones. Likes to drink wine. Judge Gardiff, "I'll see the lawyers at sidebar." Judge Gardiff tells the jurors to step out for 15 minutes and return for the final stage. Okay, there is now a jury of 12 with 2 alternates. The others leave. Judge Gardiff, "This is my courtroom deputy. He will show you to the jury room. You are the triers of fact. Evidence consists only of the testimony of witnesses documented and stipulations entered. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow for opening arguments." You'll be here. Now with jurors gone for the day, Don Russell's lawyer Friedman wants some redactions. Assistant U.S. Attorney, there is no basis to redact it just because it says, "Call me Daddy." This case is U.S. versus Russell, 20 CR 538, occurred the morning of jury selection in the R. Kelly trial, which began on August 18, 2021 with no call in line and no press or public in the courtroom. His lawyers docketed a motion to dismiss below. On September 2nd, Inner City Press went to the EDNY courthouse in Brooklyn before 9 a.m. There were supporters of R. Kelly on the sidewalk in front, one with a tiara. There was other journalists. On a delay occasioned by the flooding of the subway system, all entered and up to the overflow courtroom on the 6th floor. On TV screens, at first 2 lawyers milled about then others, then Judge Ann Donnelly herself. Why she decided not only to ban the press and public from the actual courtroom, where the reactions of the jury, for example, could be gauged. But worse, to have no call in line is not known. Now is why, when she played some of the audio the prosecutors presented to the jurors, it was only for some members of the media, rather than have it made available as a judicial document. Later on September 27th, 9 jury guilty verdicts for R. Kelly, whose lawyer Deborah O'Canick said, "I'm sure we'll be appealing." On June 8th, the U.S. filed its sentencing memo
Okay. Let me stop
asking
it.
for more than 20.
Okay. I'm back. What's up to the chat? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Mm. So they said some of Robert's supporters was out there, and some of the media was out there. Were they talking about Robert? Did they jump to Robert? Let me make sure. I don't want to say that his supporters was out there. Um, okay, the morning of jury selection, and okay, so yeah, they were talking about Robert. So they got their 12 people. What y'all feel about the juror pick? They got a lot of people that's in government and stuff like that. And this is crazy. So the way they talking, they're not gonna have a call in line for Don either. So who is the judge? Let me see who the judge is first. Okay, so I thought he had because I thought he had Ann Dunley at first. Who is this judge? I'm gonna have to find out who he is, and I'll come back to y'all tomorrow. 'Cause I'm hungry. I need some food. Okay, what else they talked about? I guess that's how you get the information. So they are saying that the judge have questions about Netflix and feeling about police. Russell wants call me and text me that. Hmm. So they put in a motion to dismiss, I guess, this morning. So they are saying that arraignment for Christopher Gunn, aka the Boski, Chicago man charged with making interstate threats to kill. Oh Lord, Will tries to cover that too. So he's saying he's gonna try to cover this the Boski with Will. But you notice that all this stuff coming out around the time it's getting close to Robert's trial. They changed the judge. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they changed the judge because I think he was saying they was trying to get they knew what they were doing because they were trying to have Judge Ann to be so much against Robert. So that like all those guys they tried to send Dunn to her. So seriously crazy. 3 hours and 33 minutes. Lord have mercy, y'all. It be so much to talk about, but y'all be blessed. Thank you guys for stopping by. I never ask anybody to push the like button, but push the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. I never do that. My mom used to do it. They probably like she don't never say that, so we shouldn't say it either. I think it's in. Yeah, no, it's not in. I just read the article. It's another judge because they pushed. I think they was fighting to get another judge because they said it wouldn't be um fair for him for them to have the same judge. So, Lord have mercy. And well, I think that both should have a great defense. But right now, I just think he needs to just be silent. Because they're gonna look at him as this violent man that's just talking and saying stuff, and sometimes it's just best to be silent. Loose lips sink ship. I didn't see the thing intending. Well, they somebody Debosky, somebody we already noticed somebody that turned them in because they bragged on it. Maybe somebody else can explain it a little better, but they said 30 rounds. Do you think that's the same juror kill him? I know. Cause they won't let you see who nobody is. They see it. Cause they used to be able to know who these jurors are. But now they talking about they gotta protect them. Y'all remember? I think it's CNN. They cannot even come around because they tried to follow the jurors, and so they canceled them. So they can't even show up in court. So they blocked CNN. So maybe they file a motion. People. Ah, they talking about 30 out of 80 people saying that they couldn't be fair, and some of them might say they can be fair just so they can have their asses, you know, in there. Yeah, you remember when the thing was reading saying he wasn't. They not naming the jurors, and a lot of them from the Bronx. And if you just pay attention to who the jurors are, it's like a legal type thing, a political type thing. What about the judge? Hopefully he and his lawyer are very careful on who. We just read. This thing just read the jurors where they from and the police for some reason. The judge was gonna try to keep him, but he said he don't think he should be on there. They got police, they got people that's going to school for criminal law. You got somebody that watch 48 hours and shit like that. I'm like, good grief. So are the jurors white? I, I can't ask him no question. Like I want to know, like how many white jurors, how many black jurors. Let me ask that man. Cause I'm not gonna ask Don anything. I don't want to jeopardize anything for this young man. Cause these some dirty, rotten ass people. I tell you that. Let me ask this man how many jurors. After completion, mostly for trial, documentaries about R. Kelly and more details on the hospital. Let's see. Okay. I know they're gonna put on there that showing where he's saying that I'm not his manager. I know. Let me see. Also, he has his own little thing. Let me save and put on the bookmark. He have like a newsletter thing, so let me save it. So what y'all think about the jurors? Yes, it was canceled because they said the trial was no, it was a guy actually trying to follow the jurors, and the judge um the next day, you know, told them that they no longer welcome. So I don't know if they can go to. I don't know if it was that trial or if they can come to Don's trial, but that's what when I was watching it on one of the, I don't know who I was watching on, but they said that, well, it doesn't matter. They are all paid. But yeah, I ain't never seen no bullshit. I mean, yeah, this is crazy. And the Chicago case is definitely a double jeopardy. They just adding that freaking Deronda Pace. And how did they allow Deronda Pace to even? I just don't get it. This is a Mississippi burn. I know this right. Mm, mm. But what y'all think about the jurors? It seems like it's more law and political people that's on this juror pit. So he said it was going so he might not feel. I don't think he feel comfortable about the juror pit. And I guess that's the only thing he can tell me. So I don't know who I can. Let me see if I can ask him. How many people was on the jurors? I still don't know how to work this thing, y'all. I promise. I don't know how to work Twitter. I just be pushing stuff. How many? I'll just ask how many women, how many men, maybe until. I should have been listening, paying close attention. Let me do a notification for this guy so I can know what the hell going on. Do they have notification for these people? Like if you follow them? Okay, there it is right there. Okay. I'm finna go, y'all, because I know I'll be on here all day tapping. This is double dipping, but it's. Ooh, I did push it. The article did. Mm, mm, mm. That's what it was reading. It was telling me about the jurors. Prayers go to him. Prayers go to Robert. I know from the beginning everybody kept saying that the Chicago case is gonna be harder for Robert, and that this New York case was supposed to be easy. But something's not right. And keep sweat, girl. But y'all, okay, y'all have a good one because I'll keep saying this week 4 hours and I keep going and going. Y'all be blessed. Talk to y'all soon. And let's just free Robert and free Don. Y'all have a blessed